Hey everyone, welcome to day three of the season 11 SC2AI tournament. I'm here with Doctor. Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah,
Good
we've
to see
got
you.
some amazing matches for you tonight. We're doing Group C, which features Micro Machine, additional pylons, and BenBot BC. Two of our oldest bots we've had, and one of the more newer ones, but one of the ones that's made a big splash. You excited about it?
Yeah, no, I can't wait to see the matches did it.
Yeah.
They're all gonna be good, I'm sure.
Micro Machines and additional pylons, almost like a Classico matchup now, I guess. But
Oh yeah, for sure. Like those bots go back ages.
yeah, one of the very best, the very best Terran we've had over the period of the last four tournaments, I think. It's the winners, and certainly one of the best Protoss bots we've had. So
So starting with Micro Machine additional pounds,
um, I th
or did
what
you
did we say?
say?
We're starting with Micro Machine against BenBot BC, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought
Yeah,
I heard differently from you just now, but I guess I was mistaken. Here we go. Loading
yeah.
up the game.
So yeah, you've got them in the right order. That's cool. So what are your predictions for Micro Machine BenBot BC? It's quite a fun one in the last ProBots tournament, I think. Um, if I remember rightly, they played and BenBot was the winner there, right? Um,
Uh, that's what my memories tell me.
yeah.
But I'm sure Yamabushi is going to correct me in chat like he always
So
does if he's here.
chance to get revenge for Micro Machine straight off the bat, or a chance to just sock it to them from BenBot BC, uh, which should be fun. So kind of a grudge match, I guess. I wonder if these bots actually have a decent memory like that.
They definitely have feelings and emotions and hold those dark feelings inside and
Yeah.
go, ah, man, I really want to take down Micro Machine.
Is it like a salt factor featured into the to the actual bot's code? I wonder if that's something that RAF's programmed in at the moment. The salt factor. Anyway, good to go when you are with our first game. Uh, Give me a shout when you got it
Opening it
loaded
up?
up.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, my game crashed opening it. This one's a big.
Okay, that's fine.
Uh,
Yeah.
so it's big for my computer to handle, that's for sure. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Going in three, two, one, go. Okay. So up in the top right, looking to beat down on his old enemy, it is BenBot BC. And bottom left, looking to start his run to a fifth successive championship, it is Micro Machine. Yeah, so it's been a long time since Micro Machine's tasted defeat in SC2AI. He's had a few problems in Probots, but when it comes to SD2AI, he has reigned supreme.
It's a very strong bot, that's for sure.
Yeah,
My favorite
definitely.
thing about him is always going to be well, maybe not always, but definitely the gas mining right now, where he builds the
Oh,
bunker
yeah,
on certain maps and gets gas quite a bit faster than a human ever could.
yeah, that's pretty crazy. Um, so it's starting off pretty defensive starts from, but oh wait, actually, I say that we've got a proxy coming out from BenBot, so this could be interesting.
Proxies always are with AI. It's way
Yeah,
easier to program a strategy and execute it well than it is to defend all possible well-executed strategies.
yeah,
So, for quite a while in the AI scene, proxies and aggressive strategies dominated until we eventually got to a point where everything stabilized. But that's not to say that this proxy isn't going to have potential.
yeah, definitely. So we've got some Marines coming out of there and the bunker going up in the natural, which I don't know if Micro Machine has seen this yet, but
Yeah, things are start off pretty slow.
yeah,
I mean, it's an interesting proxy location, to be honest.
yeah,
Two notable things about it is when you proxy, you generally want to proxy as close to the enemy base as possible without being spotted. And this is almost closer to Benbot's base than it is to Micro Machine's base. So already that's kind of weird. But the other half of it is without being spotted. That's right in the middle of the natural scouting path. So if you take an SCV from your main, move it all the way across the map, like Micro Machine will see it. So.
Yeah. So it does get the Reaper out. So there's a Reaper going over the other side of the map, but it still has this bunker here. So, and Micro Machine has
Whoa!
actually started his natural in an unnatural, taking some tips from Three-Way Lover right there.
Oh, did you catch that? Micro Machine lost his Reaper.
Yeah, just about.
I mean, did he save it?
No, it definitely got lost. Yeah.
Dang, that's very uncharacteristic Micro Machine. I was very surprised to see that happen. To be honest, like you pop a grenade, run away. Like one Reaper should be able to beat, like any number of Reapers should be able to beat Marines, like every time, just because Marines don't heal.
Yeah.
As long as you micro and run away every time.
Well, if you have enough Marines that can one-shot it, but and another Reaper goes down. Is Micro Machine just going to throw Reapers out here?
Even if you have enough Marines to one-shot it, in theory you can just keep popping grenades down and chip away at the health.
Yeah.
Like the Marines shouldn't ever get close enough.
I do love this from Benbot BC here. He's just trying to get that Marine inside the bunker, and Marines inside going, no, there's no space. There really is no space. It's already smelly enough in here as it is.
So Micro Spain already. I mean, he took his unnatural, natural, like you said, but it looks like he hasn't taken too much like an economic disruption. The question is, how much more work is this bunker going to put in against Micro Machine?
It just seems to be killing all the Reapers as it comes out. There are a few Reapers getting across now.
Which is very good. That's one way Micro Machine can definitely combat this. He doesn't want to lose this Reaper, though.
Yeah. So the Reaper has now found the barracks and will attempt to kill the barracks. That may take a while. But...
Oh, Reaper oh, wait, no. Oh, just barely doesn't get away.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all these Marines just trying to get inside this bunker. It's like, how big do they think this bunker is? It's like a 4 square piece of land. You can't get all those Marines inside it, guys.
He's waiting for Benbot BC to use his engineering bay to upgrade Neo Steel armor.
Yeah.
Oh, a tank. It's kind of spicy.
Yeah. This is looking pretty good for Benbot now.
It's looking decent. I really wish Benbot knew about the unnatural third that Micro Machine had, because in the position he's in, he can punish that third really hard. He has a tank and a bunker. Nothing's getting out of the main very easily. All he has to do is like siege the third and plant a couple Marines down so the SCVs can't pull and kill the tank, and like there's not much he could do. But as of right now, he doesn't know about it. So
yeah. So there is a Banshee out with Cloak, but obviously with that missile turret there, you're not going to be able to get much work done with that. Unless he sends that across to the main of Benbot, of course, which he might be better off doing at the moment. There are like a couple of missile turrets there anyway, so... Yeah, this is looking good. See, if it wasn't for this base here, I'd say Micro Machine was pretty much dead, but...
Yeah, Micro Machine currently has income lead, but only because of the mules. It looks like he's been a little more liberal dropping the mules than Benbot BC has. And the biggest thing you have to worry about Micro Machine right now is his main is super oversaturated. It's at 25 or 24 out of 16. That's really going to hurt his income over the long term once the mule advantage wears off. And once he gets a third, what's he going to do with the workers? Well, Benbot BC is ready to move out. This is very, very good position for any Terran.
Yeah. So I think the third is not quite saturated yet. So he can probably expand from there. But again, it's going to be very dodgy because as soon as Benbot sees that third, you'd imagine he just goes and kills it, right?
Yeah. It's definitely an option.
Oh, and we've got some mines coming up as well.
Micro Machine has some serious harass potential right now with his banshees. If he was willing to move them across the map, like he could use the the
Bananches.
banshees. What is
Are
the
they the
fan
ones
art
that
of
just
that?
carry on going round? Yeah, like
Banana Nanches,
banana
just flying
nanches.
bananas with missiles.
I want to have that unit.
I want to eat that unit. It sounds delicious.
Yeah,
But it could deny the third.
yeah. So nice pick off there from the Banshees. And yeah, it's a very weird situation, isn't it? You've got a complete siege off in here, but Micro Machines just mining over here fine.
Yeah, it's true. It's gonna really depend on what Micro Machine's follow-up is. But right now, he could, in theory, load workers into his command center and drop them to transfer
Yeah.
workers a little bit. I don't really expect that to happen. It's kind of a very niche thing for AIs to know how to do.
Yeah. So this tank here is just blocking off absolutely everything Micro Machine comes out with, though. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
if anything, you get another couple of tanks in the line and just solidify that, I guess. But one's fine.
At this
for the
point,
moment.
he probably has enough to just pull a worker or two and dive the bunker. Like,
Yeah.
he has workers to spare. He can dive the bunker, dive the tank.
Ooh,
Oh, it looks like he
it's a big
finally got
dive.
on the turret
Yep.
somehow.
You got the turret down, and now the Banshees have free reign on this tank. So it looks like Micro Machine is going to be able to break this position. And now he's going to start moving out.
Oh man, that's funny. Benbot BC walks the Widow Mine over to the third, or unnatural Micro Machine, and just plants it, and now Micro Machine's not mining.
Oh,
That is absolutely
yeah.
never something you want to see.
I don't know. He's got a couple of these mules here. They're just going to run out, I think. And that
Yeah,
mine
one of
is...
the most underrated things I think in all of StarCraft is lost mining time. A lot of emphasis is placed on how many SCVs have you killed. And technically hasn't killed any right now, but there are almost like a dozen and a half SCVs in the natural effectively that have been killed because they're not mining.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really bad, and you can see that reflected in the income tab. Holy crap!
Yeah,
600 minerals to 2,400.
That's a lot. That's a huge difference right there. And there is the natural that's up now, but there's no workers there. So
They should be able to just transfer it to the natural.
I think they're all stuck in the corner here, scared about that mine.
Yeah,
He must know the mine is there, and they basically don't want to go out into this area for fear it's going to kill them.
right, I think that's exactly right. But he doesn't keep track of when the mines blow up his units, which is probably hard to program.
He's only really losing one SCV at a time to it, so
For sure.
I mean, it's good control on the SCVs, but it's
Oh yeah,
still a
for
loss.
sure. A lot of APM. But the income tab is absolutely in Ben BC's favor at this point. It's astronomically in his lead. 3,300 minerals a minute to the 1,200 of Micro Machine. That's like 3 or 4 battle cruisers every minute worth of minerals that he is getting that Micro Machine isn't.
And talking about battle cruisers, here comes one right now.
I wonder if that's
So,
why
yeah.
they call him Ben BC.
I think it is.
Whoa! Today I learned.
Oh, this poor command center just can't land. Like, where is the detection from Micro Machine?
Yeah, he's generally known for getting ravens.
Yeah.
At least like one. It's on the way right now. He's building a raven.
Yeah. So a lot of Viking battles here. Looks like Micro Machine is going to be able to win this battle. Took down a battle cruiser as well, so that's always good.
Why do I get the feeling this game's gonna go really late? Of Ben BC losing lots and lots of battle cruisers to Micro Machine's Micro, but Micro Machine, but not having the economy to sustain. So eventually, over time, maybe the autos will wear him down.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
So I would say that last week in the Group B battles, we basically had 6 games that were entirely just Zerg rushes and ended within like 5 minutes. So I get the sense that Group C is not going to follow that pattern. We might be in for some long games tonight, guys. I get the feeling. So if you felt cheated last week by how short the games were, don't worry. We've got you covered this week, I think.
I mean, it's battle cruisers. Battle cruisers are glorious.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think this group will have a single game won in under 5 minutes. I may be wrong.
I think it's possible, but who knows?
Yeah.
Right now, I don't know what the Raven of Micro Machine's doing. He has one, but it's not cleaning up the mine. It feels like it's on split duty. It just doesn't know where to go.
Oh, as we see the Vikings get blasted with some Yamatos. And just walk away. Yeah,
Mine's putting in so much work.
Yeah. Oh, is it? No, that's the wrong one. It's still there.
One thing that a lot of authors and human players do put emphasis on is the micro, which is very important, don't get me wrong, but saying things like this, I'm like, oh man, if only it knew to transfer these workers to the other base, which I guess doesn't matter anymore because it's fully saturated.
Yeah.
Might not matter. Micro Machine is doing some serious harass on the other side of the map.
Yeah. The Banshees are getting a lot of worker kills there, even when they've run out of cloaks. I see some Thors coming out from Benbot BC as well now. That's going to be good.
Thors are always good against battle cruisers if you've managed to fight them head on, which you never will because battle cruisers can teleport. So the main advantage you got with Thors is you just march across the map and attack their command and try and kill all the production. And ultimately force the battle cruisers to engage on top of the Thors. If you're trying to defend with Thors against battle cruisers, you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah. If you look at the APM at the moment, we're up to 60,000 versus 70,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is getting a heavy intensive APM battle, but let's face it, half that APM is on Micro Machines mining, so it's fine.
For sure. But Benbot BC finally got the bunker upgrade, so he can fit more Marines in the bunkers. There's 4 Marines earlier, but you wish he had that upgrade quite a bit earlier.
Yeah. They still didn't put any air freshener in there, so it still smells just as bad.
And the other mine just is completely denying the command center from landing.
Yeah. Oh, this is like Widow mines, guys. We've found the answer to Micro Machine. This is
that and burrowed Zerglings probably.
Yeah. Oh, it's more the burrowed roaches I think he had a problem with, because remember it was called the Burrow Rush? That was one of Spidey's
burrowed roaches caught a lot of people off guard.
Yeah.
It was something not a lot of bots did until one day would just randomly sell it in a tournament, and it's like, oh, by the way, all your microcode is not expecting roaches to just disappear, and you don't have detection to deal with, so my roaches are going to heal and not die. I'm just going to whittle away at everything slowly.
Yeah.
No, roaches are kind of the old school cyclone, where you can just fight low numbers of units against low numbers of units.
Yeah. It was a really unexpected tactic that Spiny brought out, and it was really good. Even now, it still beats a lot of bots. But yeah,
it looks like we got a fight happening. No, anti-armor missile on a single battle cruiser. No disable though. Managed to jump away.
Oh, I think you're slightly ahead of me.
Oh no, I'll pause for half a second.
I am 1550.
1550, holy moly.
Where are you?
I'm 1630.
Oh, okay. I think you're maybe running slightly faster than me. I don't know why.
Generally with games with high APM, we're going to prop game at slightly different speeds, I think.
I think my PC is running slightly slower because it's...
Okay, let me know when you get to 1630.
Okay, will do. Okay, but I see what you mean about the thing coming up. Yeah, getting anti-armor missiles down and everything. The battle cruiser is jumping away. Oh, just about. So looks as if Benbot BC is pushing him back. 16, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, it looks like Micro Machine is just about breaking through, taking down that Thor. And I just with the tanks left.
So even with all the denied biding time and all the economic damage that Micro Machine took early on, if you look at the active forces chart, you see that Micro Machine has significantly more army value.
Yeah. 108.
Than,
Oh, it's coming across now, yeah. Looks like Micro Machine just took an army win with a brilliant team fight. Straight in there. The anti-armor missile across everything. Oh, nice. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be able to take down this fortress here. Which...
I mean, it's going to be close.
Yeah, sorry guys, my PC is not running quite at full speed because of exactly how many APM we've got going here.
Yeah, and also you're streaming at the same time.
Yes, yeah, that as well.
It certainly doesn't help.
But yeah, he does lose all of those battle cruisers, which is crazy.
Yeah, which is really not good. In theory, you should always be able to jump away the battle cruisers. Well, not always. But TVT is the one matchup where battle cruisers might always get away because of interference matrix.
Yeah. And all the SPVs are just screaming to their deaths here. Oh. Yeah. Zoom out. Yeah. I don't think that command center is ever going to finish getting built. Neither that turret there.
Looks like Biker Machine figured out the BC, and Bedbot BC stood for battlecruiser, and he built an army that's very good against battlecruisers. Yeah,
and he just took so much economic damage and was so far behind economically, and still managed to come back with a win. It's impressive.
Yeah, there's a reason Micro Machine has won most of the Probot.
Yeah.
Or not Probot, FC2 AI tournaments.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Always the favorite for each tournament that we put on.
Yeah, and always right stuck at the top of the ladders on both AI Arena and the SC2 AI ladder. So, which of course will become one after this tournament. Looking forward to that.
It'll be an exciting time, that's for sure.
Yeah. So now, one thing Micro Machine has added into his inventory in the last since last tournament is his tanks. So if you remember from before, Micro Machine wasn't really a heavy tank user. Now he's brought that into his game, and he's even more scary because of it.
Absolutely, so, one thing you generally can't skimp on in TVT.
Yeah.
Unless your opponent's pure Sky Terran, in which case maybe.
Yeah, tanks generally aren't much use against air units. But
yeah, that's true.
I mean, they can tank some damage, but yeah, that's not why they're called tanks. Well, I guess it is kind of why they're called tanks.
Why do they call them tanks?
I don't know. I think during the First World War, when they first brought them out, they were supposed to be water carriers, so they called them tanks for tanks of water. A fun historical fact, which probably wouldn't interest you at all. But
no, for sure.
Anyway,
I think we can probably speed this one up.
Yeah.
I don't agree, but sounds like you do.
I'm done talking about the First World War when I'm talking about futuristic space battles. It's probably doesn't bear
probably
much
call
relevance.
tanks for the same reason.
Yeah. But yeah, so Micro Machine with the comeback win here, and a pretty long game. I think we might be speeding through this for a while.
At this point, it's just a matter of cleaning up all the buildings
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Just
'Cause
make
AIs
sure.
don't know what to give up.
Yeah. We have to do this just to make sure they don't crash, which is an insta loss if you crash, by the way. We are slightly more strict about this than the Probots tournament is. The Probots tournament will declare a win if it's an obvious win, even if they get a crash. But the SC2 AI tournaments, if you crash, you lose. But I wouldn't expect that for Micro Machine, such a well polished and such a bot that's had a long time to put right any crash bugs.
Oh, for sure. And in general, bots generally tend to crash when they're losing, and certain key buildings get destroyed. A classic crash is when you lose all your command centers, and you have code saying, "Oh, build an out of my or SCV out of my command center," and your bot's like, "I don't know how to do that," and it just crashes.
Yeah.
Classic bug. Generally doesn't happen when you're winning.
No, I had that happen a lot on my bots in the early days. But yeah. It's like this Banshee will come over here and clean this up. And then 116,000 APM from Micro Machine right now. I guess it makes up from the 0 APM from Bembot BC. But yeah, 105,000 to do absolutely nothing. And still we have this Widow Mine here. 26. How long has this Widow Mine been here for? This is the
Micro Machines managed to win despite that Widow Mine.
Yeah. Like there must be like
maybe even despite the Widow Mine.
Yeah, there must be like 50 SCVs stuck in that little patch there that just can't mine.
Where's the last building? Oh, there it is.
It's over here, yeah. So I don't know how long this will be here for. We'll just see it go down. Are we going to get to a 45-minute draw here? Is Micro Machine actually gonna finish?
Oh my goodness, is that possible?
It's certainly possible. 45 minutes is still a draw for us guys here. So if we get to 45 minutes and we're still not found this, it's a draw.
Is he not even looking?
I would expect it from Micro Machine. I would expect Micro Machine to be able to find it. And I think he's going to, yes, here we go, finally. Yep, there we go, guys.
Looks like once he gets the Ravens over to clear the Widow Mine, or even before that, looks like.
Yeah, so that's why we carry on to the finish. Yeah, that was certainly a fun game.
Man, that was a crazy one, that's for sure.
Yep.
Thought for sure microphone. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. I thought for sure Micro Machine was on the ropes.
Yeah.
Down and out. But he never fails to impress.
I mean, that was a seriously nice comeback there.
It was.
So yeah, anyway, so with the next game should be on Oxide. Some of the new maps. Unfortunately, these maps we won't be able to show you next tournament because of the going to be running on 4.10. But there's certainly some good maps on here.
Are the maps version dependent?
So normally they aren't, but because of the updates to the map editor, we can't run the newer maps.
Oh, that's going to be sad.
I know.
That's a big sad.
Yeah. So let me know when you've got the game up.
I'm up and ready to go.
Cool. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. You want to do the intros?
Sure. Well, I don't know which side we're on. Top right in the red, we got Benbot BC. And BC stands for Battle Cruiser, not because.
Yes.
And in the bottom left, in the blue, we got what's probably the favorite, but not necessarily the winner. Micro Machine.
Yay. Yeah, I should really do some like intro music for each bot, like maybe for the quarterfinals.
Oh, we just got a beatbox for it. Micro Machine.
Okay. Right,
You're like, okay,
I
shut
am
up.
recording that. No, I'm recording that, and I'm going to do that for all the games next week.
Oh no!
I've got that
Okay, that's
recorded.
allowed. That's allowed. You gotta have a little like a label, like one of those text things at the bottom of the screen that they have for like the fancy music. Oh, Dr. Shenanigan 2012 beatbox.
Oh, absolutely. You know it.
Starcraft 2A I label.
So we got a pretty similar start, coming out with the proxy again.
Proxy has a lot of potential on this map if he gets it up in time to deny an expansion at least, which he might not, because on the previous map, the reason Micro Machine was able to stand for so long is because he managed to get a third up in a reasonable spot, and BenBot BC never saw it. So just changing the geometry of the map gives opportunities for BenBot PC, even though it's using the same AI and algorithm, to maybe just encounter a third, and then once it knows about the third, it might attack it or something, and the game could look very different this time.
I'm not sure if that route that he's going though would actually see it, because he's coming around this way here from there. Probably, unless there's a route around the other way, which there is. Oh, he might have seen that actually.
He almost could have just killed the
Yeah, he's
SCV,
seen it.
but...
Oh wait.
He saw the SCV at least. It went to expand to the other third.
Yeah, he's definitely seen it now. So this is going to change the whole way this map is going to work. Because now Micro Machine is not going to have that third base up. The unnatural. However, by the other side of this coin is that he's not going to have as many Marines in that bunker so early. So I'm not sure if that would make a difference.
Looks like he managed to just do a number on the, like, deny the command center even.
Yeah, but he has got a Reaper. He has got a Reaper that's going to take out some of the SCVs.
I mean, killing anything is decent, especially because BenBot has spent so much getting the contain up.
Yeah.
Killing Marines is fine, killing SCVs is fine. Ideally, you want to kill all the SCVs, but even denying Marines to prevent the bunker from becoming scary isn't the worst idea.
Yeah, so this command center is going to get killed, probably cancelled at the last second, I would imagine. There we go.
Generally the top bots do cancel.
Yeah.
I think you're slightly ahead of me, but that's fine.
And now all of the Marines are going to be in the bunker.
And the Hellions are starting to pop out, which is very good at fighting the Reapers.
Yeah. This is looking a whole lot better than the last game for BenBot BC. So...
yeah, it's not necessarily over again, because we have, last game, BenBot BC got a massive economic lead in the form of using Widow Mine to deny mining for almost the entire game. In fact, I think even the entire game.
Yes. I think he got out for a long time. That base was mining.
Oh, did he eventually get it?
No, it was basically mining up until the point where the bunker was destroyed. And then once the bunker was destroyed, then the Widow Mine went to the third base, and that was what caused the problem.
Gotcha. Yeah, so, but from that point on, the rest of the game.
Yeah, from that point on, yeah.
And it just goes to show that even from a massive economic deficit, Micro Machine still has a shot.
Yeah.
But he is definitely not too happy about the position he's in right now.
This
time choosing to bring the Banshees across the map, which is a decision I'm a big fan of. If he can do critical economic damage on BenBot BC's side of the map, he can negate the economic lead that BenBot BC currently has. And if both sides are equal in economy, Micro Machine is definitely the favored bot.
Yeah. So he doesn't have the missile turret up here at the moment, which he had last game, which is going to be really important right now. Ooh. So there's no answer to this Banshee here, is the problem. No detection, and so yeah, this is going to get dealt with a lot earlier than the last game. basically because he didn't have that missile turret. But so
Yeah, wonder what made him not get it this game.
So I think the problem was that he had his SCV killed when the SCV tried to repair the Hellion that was on the ramp. So the SCV wasn't around to
Gotcha.
build the missile turret, and therefore he was able to get the Banshees out to deal with the bunker.
Looks like BenBot BC has code to dynamically determine where to position things, which is great. Lets you play on any map without changing your bot. But there's a couple interesting decisions it's making, such as making bunkers on the low ground. And I think the CC on the natural might be off center slightly.
No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe.
I think it's one tile down.
Yeah, I think
Like,
you're
you generally
right.
got these circles to indicate where the center is. And on some maps, and I hate those maps, the circle is off center, so you're like trying to center it to the off center, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't impact him economically too hard.
I think for the mineral parts, it's not too bad. It's just when he's trying to get gas, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, gas is definitely gonna be pretty bad. Minerals, it's gonna be like 2 or 3 extra SCVs to be fully saturated.
Yeah. But it looks like these Banshees are doing some serious damage over here, though. And we've got Reapers in the main. Although they're probably there more for scouting than anything. More from killing. So we've got pretty much the game's calmed down a lot now, I think. We're in a bit of a lull.
Chat points out that 3 SCVs still saturate the gases, which I think is right.
Yeah.
It's just you need 3 SCVs to saturate the top minerals.
Yeah.
Which puts you at a slight disadvantage. It's not horrible, especially when you have 50 SCVs to Micro Machines 40, which is very advantageous for him.
Yeah, but how long is that going to last with these Banshees out? Like, oh, I guess the Banshees going taken down, so it's going to last a bit longer.
It can make up some of the deficit with bunker mining in his natural.
Yeah.
Where it takes 1 less SCV on each gas to be fully saturated.
But that's only
I think it's 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I always get it mixed up. Basically, like half the number of SCVs, roughly.
Yeah, I think it's
on his gas to be fully saturated.
You need 4 to 6. But if you compare the natural gas mining of Micro Machine to the natural gas mining of BenBot BC, especially with the off-center command center, that's not a good idea. Yeah, these SCVs are getting ruined here. It's a bad day to be a BenBot SCV.
Yeah, it's definitely putting in a number. One thing that I always like to do, and even though you'll never see pros do this, I'm very liberal with my turrets once there's Banshees or Mutas. I'm like, okay, let's put turrets by the gas, put a turret in the mineral line, just because they generally pay for themselves as your opponent's very insistent on building Banshees.
Yeah.
Which Micro Machine is, and he's put in some serious work. Reapers even come in to help out. The Hellion drives it away temporarily. The Reapers get picked off, or the Hellion gets picked off by the Banshee, and the Reapers are at it again. And diving on the missile turret. Can't say, oh my goodness, he gets the turret.
Yeah, he got it down. And now there is nothing really there to... Oh wait, how is he detecting that?
There's a turret in the main.
Oh, okay. Ah, yes, I see it. But it is now 32 workers to 55. And Micro Machine is not stopping with this harass.
Not stopping with the harass and not stopping with the macro either. 55 workers and a 3rd CC on the way. BenBot BC has taken a ninja 4th, or 3rd. But is it too little too late? Battle cruisers could come out and save him though. Battle cruisers, very good against Banshees, I'm told, because Banshees can't shoot straight. Very good against Reapers, I'm also told.
Yep, and we have Yamato cannon on the research. And also, don't think he's got a battle cruiser on the way yet though, so... although this Banshee is probably better off focusing something other than the eBay.
Yeah, Bembot BC is choosing to get an armor upgrade before weapons upgrade for the
Ooh,
battlecruiser, which is
we missed the battlecruiser porting into the main of a Micro Machine.
no, no,
I'm
don't
getting
jump into the
down.
main. That's the one thing you don't do. No,
Oh,
no.
I think you're a bit behind me now. I'm on 1048.
I'm right there too, but
Oh, okay,
I'm
sorry.
still mourning. I'm
All right.
still mourning the loss of the battlecruiser.
It takes.
Yes, it's in the past, but it doesn't change my feelings.
I know it
I'm
takes
so
some
sad.
time to get over it. It's fine though. Like it's okay. There will be more. There will be other battle cruisers, and
I'm so shocked
they will all jump into the
about.
main and die.
Oh goodness! I see why he's getting armor, but I don't think that helps. I think armor only
Yeah.
helps against Marines.
Yeah.
I don't think it really helps against. I don't think it really helps that much against Cyclones either. Because Cyclones
It
do spell
does.
damage. Armor
Yeah.
doesn't actually do anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure. So yeah, Mike Machine again knows about these mines here, so he's not going to go anywhere with his tank. But
Buying time. Unfortunately, for Benbot, Micro Machine finds the ninja base, and the
oh,
ninja is no longer a ninja. It lost its ninja card. It's
it's lost its ninja.
ninja
It lost its
certification.
FCV, lost its SCVs. Lost its mule. Like, it's not a good day for this ex-ninja base.
Yeah, I'm really worried for Benbot. He has a lot of workers on gas, not a lot of workers on minerals right now. He's very insistent on saturating his gas. He's floating 1,800 gas. If he rearranged his mining to keep making minerals, he could have like 3 or 4 battle cruisers right now, which would help a little bit against Vikings. Like Yamato jump away, Yamato jump away. At least buy him time. Hopefully
Yeah.
defend this base a little more.
It will take out a few of them. Maybe not all of them, but you know, that's good. Oh. So yeah, what Benbot probably needs like a some kind of a lot more turrets or some kind of protection.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness.
Maybe even a bad
Look at
shield
the
suit.
supply.
The soup does not lie.
I think we could probably fast forward this one. The supply like this, lifting the third, 5 bases against 2. I think
Yeah.
it's time to call a
It-
doctor.
I already
Name
have
the time
one.
and date. Well, time's 13:14.
Yeah,
13:16.
that,
He's dead,
that's
Jim.
it's all over. Okay, we'll fast forward this, guys. Congratulations to Micro Machine. Takes a 2-0 win in the first game. He's not quite qualified yet. He will need to win at least one more series to do that. But of course, if there is a 3-way tie. Interestingly enough, if there is a 3-way tie, it will either go to map score or it will go to a 3-way runoff. And in the runoff, the bot has the advantage as the bot that wins fastest. And I don't think that's going to be Micro Machine. So there's no guarantee of us getting a 3-way tie. We've never had one yet in one of these tournaments. So, but yes, it does put Micro Machine in an extremely strong position to qualify for the next round here. And if Benbot BC doesn't win his next game, then yes. All right, GG guys. Micro Machine 1-0 up. Right, I think next up we have Benbot BC again. Looking to qualify up against additional pylons. But that was a fun game. I always like seeing long Micro Machine macro games there. It's pretty much a master of it. His name is Micro Machine, but for a long time he's been a macro machine.
Yeah, he'll always be the macro machine in our hearts.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, let's move on to our next series. It will be Benbot BC up against additional pylons. With the first match going to be on Oxide.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Cool. I'm just getting it loaded up. With you in a sec. Okay, ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Down in the bottom left, our Protoss champion. Well, it is additional pylons. And up in the top right, looking to come back from pummeling by Micro Machine and secure a place in the quarterfinals. It is Bembot BC. So those fans of the three-way ties, you'll be supporting Bembot here. As I said, we've never had one, so it's possible, right?
Yeah, no, it's always possible.
So it doesn't look like Bembot is... Oh wait, he may be going for his proxy. Although, interestingly, there's a SCV going the other way across the map now. Yeah, I'm not sure if this SCV is going to proxy or not. Or is he just going for a scout? Oh, no, he's definitely going to proxy, guys.
Typical.
So yeah, he doesn't have his proxy barracks though. He's only going to put like a bunker here, maybe?
Engineering bay block? Bunker.
Yeah.
Bunker is probably more beneficial than a engineering bay and bot versus bot because many bots may have bunkers hard-coded as an enemy, meaning they will avoid the bunker even if there's nothing in it.
It's difficult to see if there's actually anything in the bunker in bot matches as well. So as your enemy, you can't actually see that. It's not obvious in the API.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. As a human, you can see not only if there's anything in the bunker, but what's in it and like how many units. It's not too hard to tell because you can the windows of the bunker. There will be one window shooting for every unit in the bunker. It'll be lit up if there's units in it, and you see the attacks coming out. So you'll hear Reaper little pew pew or Marines pow 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 pow. It's for humans, pretty easy.
Yeah, we're definitely getting your sound effects as the theme tune to the quarterfinals. By the way, like,
oh no, I've been nominated. I guess it looks like the bunker is actually working. Additional pylons does not know what to do about this.
It's got doing nothing is very hard to do. You never know when you're finished. Fair enough. Sage advice there from additional pylons. Not really building much. Like I would have expected. More to be coming out by this time. So we've got Mayans and Hellions coming around. Yeah,
not looking too good for additional pylons. I'm a huge fan of engineering bay block builds against Protoss in general. It puts them in a really awkward spot where you either delay their natural or put their natural in a spot where they can't wall on the low ground.
Yeah.
Both are really good for Hellion run by the side of the road, which would be amazing right now. Get a single Hellion in the main and the game's over.
Yeah.
Additional pylons has nothing. 0 army supplies, 0 units. 1 Hellion is all it will take. 1 Hellion is running there. Bam, 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 bam. Even though a Reaper would do it.
I thought the Hellion was more of a... Sorry.
A what?
The Hellions, they're more of a swoosh, 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 swoosh rather than a...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, get your sound effects right, but yeah.
That's true. It's not a bam, bam, bam. It's a... help me! I guess the probes don't really talk. They'll be like...
yeah, something like that. Like I don't know, that was more of a like Zerg thing, Zerg drone kind of like reaction.
For sure. Additional pylons going for a very, very interesting build.
I mean, it is just going direct into air. Like it's, I'm surprised it's getting warp gate and this through the cybercore. I thought it would just go for like the air upgrade straight off because it looks like it's just going to mass those air units and try and break out of this.
That's a good point. Normally, Warp Gate is so cheap, you get it by default. You're like, why did I get Warp Gate? But getting air weapon upgrades with Mass Tempest, especially off a low number of bases, in my opinion, is pretty important. GSL contestant didn't do it, and my brain goes, why? Because once you get 2 weapon upgrades off of the Tempest, you one-shot Marines, one-shot SCBs.
Yeah.
And you even kill Vikings in less shots. All things very good.
Yeah. So the first thing he brings out is the Phoenix. I'm not sure where he's going with this one.
He's probably going to get more Tempest. He probably started the Phoenix because the Fleet Beacon wasn't finished yet.
Yeah.
And he didn't cancel the Phoenix once the Fleet Beacon finished. So, come on, Tempest. Why is it not building Tempest? Tempests are cheaper now. What the heck? When did... Man, I do not follow Protoss nerfs and buffs enough. I thought they were 300, 200 for some reason. But they're 250, 175. They're like 3 dimes a dozen.
Yeah, well, depends on your conversion rate of minerals to dimes, but yes.
That's true.
Like, I don't know. But yeah, it looks like Benbot is now just going to break straight through here. Reminded me of saying in chat that additional pylons is bugged. I think he might be right. It's not.
I mean, he's not wrong. Like, he's floating 2k minerals. Anytime you're floating 2k minerals at like 5-6 minutes, something's
yeah,
wrong.
something's very wrong here.
He's like bots have gotten pretty advanced though recently.
Yeah.
Where just bugging was enough to make you lose the game, but he's continuing.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not gonna let this stop me.
Oh, this is he's just going to sit here on this bunker for years and years and years while this SCV repairs every single bit of damage he's doing. It's got 2 now, so I'm not sure if he's programmed to get a shot on that SCV there. But
yeah, you don't necessarily have to shoot the SCV. Like, it's probably good if your goal is to break out and get a natural. Like, actually, he needs to. He needs to break out. I was gonna say he's just wasting money at this point, but you got to break out when your opponent's on 2, going on to 3 bases.
Yeah, if he's gonna stand any chance in this game, he's got to now super expand and use some of those 2,000 minerals.
And he probably will. Now that there's nothing to afraid of, he'll probably expand a couple times, or at least continue macroing. We'll expect to see his minerals go way down now that he can follow his actual game plan.
Yeah.
A little bit worried for Benbot BC at this point. His namesake, BCs, eventually are good and decent against Tempest. Once you get enough of them and you can just jump on top of them and mow them all down. But once your opponent already has a Tempest lead, it's painful to try and get enough battle cruisers to fight the Tempest.
Yeah.
Looks like Benbot BC's aware of it, is getting Vikings. But
also, all of these FPVs are going down for these Tempests. It's crazy.
Gosh. Yeah, I wish he would take a more reasonable third. There's one stupid easy third to defend on this map, but it's one of the 12 o'clock. And there's one third where if you take it, your 4th and 5th bases become stupid easy to defend.
Yeah.
The base he took is easy to defend, but once you already have the third that's in between his main and his third.
Yeah. This is not looking good for Benbot BC at the moment, sorry guys.
I mean, he's not out. Like,
no.
Again, his economic lead is so massive right now that he can afford to lose a dozen SCVs. He can afford to have things rolled away and still have an even shot in the game.
I think the worrying thing is that the Tempest count from the additional pylons is getting pretty big and will only continue to ramp up. And once he gets like critical count of those Tempests, there is nothing that's going to stop them. Doesn't matter how many Vikings you have. So.
I mean, you need a lot, that's for sure. Especially if you have Stalkers to back it up. If you've got Stalkers and maybe an Archon or 2 to back up a Tempest, I agree, nothing's going to stop him. There's theoretically a chance where he can get enough Vikings and jump on the Tempest. The thing that's hard, even for humans to know, is when is enough Vikings? Because you cannot retreat from Tempest. They're kind of like Zealots. Like, they just don't retreat very well. Zealots charge in, and if they run away, they'll get killed as they run away. There's no retreat. You go in, and if you leave, everything's getting killed anyway, so you have to keep fighting. So you have to know, okay, when's that go point? For the number of Tempests he has, how many Vikings do I need? That's hard for humans to do, and it's been harder for bots to do. So what we'll see is, like, it's like 30 Vikings, and the bot just won't jump on it because it's like it doesn't know how to do the calculation. So
yeah, it's something I know Ketrox bot struggled hard with, but I think he got a formula for it. I'm not sure it's a perfect formula, but it seems to work okay.
Ketrox done some great work with his bot, that's for sure.
Yeah,
great banter, great Vikings, knowing when to jump.
Yeah, that's coming up tomorrow. He's in a group with Fiddlina, and we may see that formula in use against Mad AI. But here we go with a nice engagement. Looks like that barracks was going to go down, but they're not. Those Tempests have remained completely untouched. And here comes the Vikings.
Oh, that's not enough, though.
No.
There's Stalkers. There's Tempests. No, don't run away. Oh, my gosh. Don't kite them either. Okay. Oh, yeah, my goodness. This is what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
With Tempest, you gotta be bold. There's no half like doing it, you know?
Well, actually, Thors are very good against
You gotta dive them. Thors are, actually.
Yeah.
Thors are very good. I think Thors outrange Tempest, believe it or not. Like, when you're in your high impact mode, which he is, he's in the correct mode. I think they outrange the ground of Tempest.
And I think he needs to focus that Thor down. If you focus that Thor down, I think he gets it, but he seems to be focusing the barracks, the bunkers still. Decides to,
I mean, there's enough SCVs, it's questionable if you'll get anything. I think killing SCVs would be fine. He's getting his +2 air upgrade now, so he will soon be able to one-shot with Tempest, but it's a little late for it. Hopefully we'll still be able to do...
I love the positioning of this mine here, because any time that additional Pylos retreats, it just comes down and just wrecks a few Tempests.
Oh, that's great too. Denies the third. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I think I'm seeing it. I think he's going to struggle to get a third up at all.
Oh no, additional pylons!
Oh, with only 36 workers, this is a pretty dire economic situation for additional pylons.
He needs to know to take another base.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not joking when I say the +2 weapons upgrade is a huge turning point in terms of what you can do against the Terran. One-shotting Marines is massive, at least after they stand.
Yeah. But at least just being able to kite them, one-shot them, back off kite them, and keep doing that. And in comes the Marines. He's still not targeting that Thor. Eventually now. Come on, get the Thor. Get the Thor.
Oh my goodness, it's doing work.
Yeah. And these Vikings as well.
Yeah, but the Vikings aren't focused. Oh, he gets a Tempest.
Yeah.
Vikings aren't focus firing as well as they could. One thing you never want to see, especially against high health units, is all of them at half health. Right? Yeah. Because if all of them are at half health, you could have killed basically the whole army.
Yeah.
But instead, you only damaged everything and didn't get anything out of it. Oh my goodness, that Widow Mine is the devil.
Pretty crazy, yeah. So how are we economically for additional pylons? This base still has full minerals, but he's not going to be able to get a third, and he's only going to be able to have the income from these two bases. And this base is pretty low.
Additional pylons desperately needs a third. The biggest worrying thing right now is the Viking count. That's the only thing he has to be afraid of. Like, honestly, I'm not too afraid of the Thors. If you have enough Tempest, you just one-shot them all.
Yeah.
Because the thing air units have against ground units is they stack, right? You can, in theory, fight one Thor at a time, or a couple Thors at a time, but you can't fight just one or two Vikings at a time.
Yeah. So I think he's doing quite well at kiting these Vikings. I don't think Benbot is getting the full value out of them. Oh,
Right.
there's two Tempests there that are very low. Oh, three
To
Tempests
be
now
fair,
that are very low.
yeah, additional pylons has done fantastic work fighting these tempests, and
Yeah,
Bebop
one goes
basically has a
down.
little bit of work to do on focus firing
Yeah,
the tempest.
I think you lost one there. But
Yeah,
this
you
is
don't even want to be losing a single tempest in this situation. It's very painful each time one goes down because he is not managing to take his third. 12 kills on that Widowmine. Those are all probes.
yeah, wow. Did he get a Tempest with that Widow Mine? I'm not sure, but
He might have actually.
yeah,
I haven't been following what tempest he's killed. But I'm surprised additional pylons it doesn't have code to just take multiple bases at the same time, which would prevent this kind of thing. He knows how much money he's floating. He should just be like, I will take.
13
Well, I
now.
mean, maybe he can't take the another base as a mine on it, but
Yeah,
maybe he'd find some base to take.
I mean, there's nothing here. I mean, at this 7 o'clock base. Every other base, I think, is mine. Well, apart from
Yeah, it needs a robo or it needs an oracle. It needs something to
yeah.
freaking revelate the. What am I? If it gets a robo, observers are the easy. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of Vikings.
Oh yeah, that's one down. That's Vikings all going to run away. So he's losing a lot of Vikings there, but again, such an economic lead, it doesn't matter.
It's possible. Like honestly, as bad a situation as this is for additional pylons, I think there's still a shot for him.
Yeah.
If he gets a robo, especially if he gets a robo, like he
Yeah.
just isn't losing Tempest very fast. He's doing a very, very good job of keeping the Tempest alive, and as the Tempest count grows, it's going to take more and more Vikings to kill all these Tempests. Right now, it's 14 Vikings against 9 Tempests. That's a winning fight for the Tempests. At least I would think so.
And he's just taking out this base here as well, so yeah, I think his Tempests are going down. But the thing you've got to pay attention to is these Tempests are very, very low on health.
That's true. And additional pylons knows that he's running back home. Wish I would I wish he'd get some shield batteries or something and spend his minerals. Like he's clearly not spending his mineral on that base. Oh my goodness, that would have might hit just on more Tempest. It's so painful.
Oh my god, yeah, I totally missed that. But yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think you're a few seconds ahead of me because I'm on 17:10.
Okay. I'll pause for like a handful of seconds.
Okay, where are you?
1720.
That's fine.
Yeah. He's long distance mining now. That gives us a little bit of hope, but also
But
gives us a
he's
little bit of fear. For a
Yeah.
massive Widowmine shot against the probes.
He's long distance mining up against the Widow Mine, and here we go again. Okay, only one. Alright.
Yeah, I wish he would get an Oracle. Oracles are amazing in Mass Tempest compositions. For, I mean, the obvious reason of being able to clear cloaked units, such as this Widow Mine, but the slightly less obvious reason is Tempests are kind of like tanks, where they have absolute absurd range. And they can shoot way farther than they can see. Even I think it's more extreme than tanks. I think the difference between how far they can shoot and how far they can see is bigger for Tempest than it is for tanks.
Yeah.
So an Oracle, you revelate, and you could kill everything off from the other side of the map, even.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's very strange. Like, Benbot BC has such an economic lead, and pretty much has the armies are even, but yeah, how is additional pylons carrying on like this? He's just not losing units.
Yeah. Eventually, it's not going to matter anymore. Eventually, it's going to the point where this 88 SCV lead to the 26 SCVs of additional pylons is going to kill everything. Like, units lost, 5,000 more resources lost for the Terran than for the Protoss. If additional pylons would just kill that mine, he would have won the game a long time ago. He still could win the game.
Yeah. Ooh, was that another mine shot?
No, probably.
I think it's going to run out of gas as well. There's got a fair bit left there. There's no gas in the main. There's about 1,200 gas between those two, maybe 1,300.
Yeah,
So
unless additional pylons makes a robo. I agree.
yeah,
It's not looking good. We might have to
I,
call it soon, to be honest.
I don't know. Like there is still a lot of play left in this because of the armies are very similar.
For sure. No, no. There's a shot. I'm not gonna call it yet, but like he's on a clock.
Yeah,
He doesn't
certainly.
have a lot of time left.
Okay, just to put it in context, we've already lasted. Our games tonight, just for the three we've seen, have already lasted about twice as long as the 6 games we saw last week. So
It's crazy.
I told you we are going to have a longer night tonight, guys.
I
But
mean, I am enjoying the crap out of this game.
yeah,
Mass Tempest is one of my favorite things to do with Protoss. I loved it more when the Tempests were bigger because I
yeah,
like big, like no matter what they tell you, size does matter, and I like
yeah.
big Tempests, big supply, big shots. Even with the little Tempest, it's still fine.
Yeah.
Like you just shoot from the other side of the map, nothing can kill them. You revelate, bam, bam,
Oh,
bam, pick things
oh,
off
wait,
over
wait, wait,
time.
wait, wait. Is this going to hit this massive clump? Oh, no, just about. I think we're okay.
Oh no! Oh no! It's the finishing move. I don't know if you're synced with me, but oh my goodness gracious! Do you see what I'm saying?
I think I might be behind you. I'm at 24, 3.
43.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know
20
when you get to 53.
now. Oh, this.
Okay.
I see what you mean. This is coming over here. Oh, they're basically all the stalkers are on top of all of the Vikings, and they're just all the Vikings are getting massacred.
That actually
Wait,
wasn't the only thing I'm talking about. Look at the bottom left.
on the left.
Very bottom left.
I'm not seeing anything.
There's 2 battlecruisers that warped into the main. And I
Wait,
thought it was going to make additional pylons go back home. Because
but
one of the biggest mistakes additional pylons could do at this point is return home. Like, he has no
yeah,
economic edge at all at this point.
yeah.
Like,
22 workers.
even in a base race, he loses.
Yeah. So the only thing he can do is just carry on.
Exactly. He has to try and force a base race and hope he wins. And at this point, he's doing a decent job. Army supplies are even. And these battle cruisers are just chilling in the bottom left corner. Okay, now they're moving out of the bottom left corner. And he's forcing the additional pylons back. No, what are you doing? He killed all the army that was on
Yeah.
Benbob BC's side of the map. He could have got to the top of the production. You get on top of the production of the turn, and it doesn't matter how many bases they have. They can't make more army. And then you just kill all their bases one by one.
Oh my god. But he's killing these battle cruisers. So I
killed
don't think the battle cruisers are going to get out.
Oh, we just know about the one at the bottom left. He
No.
needs to move out again.
He needs to go now.
Yeah, he does. What is he waiting for?
Just go for it. I think it's
Everything's
waiting for
full on
his
shields.
Just
No,
go.
I mean, what's not on full on shields? Everything looks full.
This
Something
is just
not full on
waiting for
shields?
this cybercore to come up again, maybe. But why? Why did he
No,
leave it?
no. Cybercore's up
Just
now.
just go, go, go! Come on, attack!
Like, this is your one chance!
This is it. You have to go now. You literally have to go now.
The army supplies are still even!
Come on, do it. Move, please, please. Additional pylons. Oh,
Yeah, more zealots. That's what you need. Come on, man. Just get more slow zealots. I believe in you.
oh! It took
they're
out
actually
the
fast
last
zealots.
battle cruiser. So
Yeah. So what is he waiting for?
that's it. Oh, there
Is this
goes
it?
the.
Is this the anticlimactic end of this game?
Come on, just go. That's it. Oh, it's one chance.
Ah.
It needs.
And what's sad is he doesn't have mines everywhere. He's at long distance mining from the other base too, and if he would just build a base there, he wouldn't have an issue. I mean, he
Yeah.
already has a massive issue at this point, which is his economy. But if the army supplies are equal, he can still theoretically get back if he would just build a base on the other side.
This is a crazy, crazy game. Like, and there is literally no mining now apart from this long distance mining. Like 139 minerals per minute is it's not a good look. But
Yeah.
again, look at the bank of Benbot BC.
Look at resources lost. 11,000 more lost.
That's crazy.
Bank doesn't matter too much for the Terran, at least to a certain point, because if the production goes down, they lose. At this level of banks, even if the production goes down, at least a human player would know to build
just anything
like production on the two extremes of the map. So that way, even if they kill one of them, you'll have production on the other side, and they can spend your big bank and remax.
Yeah.
Bots probably wanted to do that, so there's still a shot. But like at this point, I wonder.
Oh, Benbot's pushing out now. Is he going to be able to break through here?
Okay. Hear me out here. Hear me out. Is there a world where Benbot BC mines out his side of the map?
I mean, yeah, but this attack here is going to be, I think, decisive.
I mean, it'll be decisive if Benbot BC is decisive, but if you're indecisive with Vikings, it's going to do nothing.
Yeah.
You've got to be decisive with Vikings against Tempest, and that's one thing that bots are very bad at. At least good bots are very bad at, because one thing good bots are good at is knowing when to run away and when to fight, especially in the form of kiting. Like, good bots will kite really well and have logic to know, hey, I should kite right now. But kiting against Tempest is the worst thing you can do. And there is a world where he holds with these Tempests. The other side of the map mines out.
I mean, yeah, but like, this is... I'm just worried we're going to hit the 45-minute timer here. Which is...
Should I actually know how long this game goes. Should I say?
No.
Okay. I'll give you guys this much. There is still a bit of the game left. It does not end within the next 5 minutes.
Okay. This is going to be a long, long game. I think this game itself might be longer than the total game of all 6 games we had last week.
This game is literally putting me on the edge of my seat, though. Like, honestly, though, what you gotta know one thing about Benbot BC's play, which is he is not building command centers on the other side of the map. Micro Machine has no discrimination. It will build command centers literally everywhere. It'll build command centers over here. It'll build command centers over there. But if Benbot BC doesn't know to build command centers on additional pylon side of the map, eventually he's going to mine out.
Yeah.
And if he mines out, the Tempest will win.
I mean, this is a crazy, crazy idea. Like, he is getting very, very close to mining out there. Like, my God, there's only like 4 patches there, 4 patches there, and 6 patches there. Like, that's crazy.
It's a bit of a stretch, to be honest. It's a bit of a stretch. At this point, there's one important thing to know about the situation. And it's that Widow mine with 32 kills.
Oh, no way.
And if you look at the units active, you'll notice something else that is pretty unusual about what additional pylon says.
Yeah, no SCVs, no probes. Of course he has no SCVs, it's the Protoss.
No SCVs. And he's not rebuilding them either.
So yeah, he just literally is going with this. That's all he has.
Yeah, so the situation's dire for additional pylons. Look at it this way. Every Tempest in soccer that goes down is permanent. If he's not building more SCVs, or I mean probes, what he has is what he has. Yeah, so he has to hold out against a 10k, 5k bank, against a maxed out Terran with 6 Tempests and 10 Stalkers. Like, it's possible, but
if I were a betting man, I wouldn't put money on it, put it that way.
Yeah, no, I think at this point it's just a matter of time, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I think time might be running out right now.
And not even every Tempest that dies is permanent, but every point of hull damage, as in non-shield damage, is also permanent. Like, because he's not getting more units. Like, his units are just going to get weaker and weaker as time goes on.
Yeah, and I think there was another Tempest loss, was there? Yep, there we go. One more down. Well, this is just going to get nasty for additional pylons here.
Yeah, at this point we'd probably fast forward. Maybe? Yeah. It's up to you.
I think we need to see it. I want to see these Tempests to just try the heroic defense because it is kind of working, but every time he just loses one more Tempest and one more Tempest.
Yeah, no. I mean, we can see it, but like, there's still quite a bit of the game left. That's all.
Okay, so we now have 4, so only 8 mineral patches left for Benbot BC, and he's not building more command centers, but he still does have that 11,000 bank.
He sent an SCV to the bottom right. I might be slightly ahead, but he sent SCV to the bottom right to scout. Like, I thought he was gonna build a command center there for a second, but he sent it there. Oh nope, you don't have a base there.
Oh, so are these Vikings gonna start attacking? Oh, it's difficult, but there goes a zealot and another zealot, and even those are permanent at this time. So
yeah, it's unfortunate. He lost the zealots, but
yeah,
not the end of the world. Zealots aren't what matter right now.
No, but the minerals to build one are. So he now has literally 60 minerals. The only thing he could build is a probe, and he's not looking in the mood to do that.
I mean, I don't blame him. 32 kills on that Widow Mine, most of which are probes.
Yes, 47 probe dead. That's not a good look. If I were an additional Pylons probe, I would not want to be in this game.
Yeah, so at this point, we got 17 Vikings to 5 Tempests and 10 Stalkers.
Yeah.
Not to mention 29 Marines and 1 Siege Tank.
Yeah, I think
and 3 Thors.
Probably fast forward this now. I'm just going to wait for this one battle because I get the feeling that this will be decisive. And
oh my goodness.
God.
Man, additional pylons is so cost effective. Like, this gives me hope for the next map. I don't know if additional pylons are going to do Tempest again. He is a bot known to do many different strategies, but I want to see this again on a map where he decides to get the other third, where the third without the Widow Mine.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Think of how much different this game would look if he had another like 10k resources of base that he still had to mine.
Yeah, definitely. So I think there's just 4 Tempests left, and I think we probably need to fast forward this because there is 0 chance here for additional pylons, unfortunately. But he put up a solid.
Are you seeing him with the bottom right? He doesn't know to build the base, but he knows to take every one of his SCVs and long distance mine.
Oh well. I'm wondering if like this is the reason why he killed off all the workers from additional pylons, just so he'd have the right to long distance mine there.
It's not even full saturation. Today we learned 90 SCVs isn't enough to have full saturation, long distance mining from that distance.
Well, it depends where the distance is, yeah, but obviously. Oh, okay, so the anti-armor missile puke is all down as well. He still holds there with just 2 Tempests remaining. Right, so in a 35-minute game, are we finally getting down to even at 8 times speed? This is taking a long time. So just 4 Stalkers left.
That game was crazy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It looks like finally Benbot BC broke through. Yeah, it definitely looks like these bots were watching last week and then basically decided that we had 2 shorter games last week, so they had to step it up. GG, guys. So that was only game 1 of the series. So let's
I know, it was crazy.
With game...
I have the game up and loaded, but I'll be right back in 1 second. I need to grab something.
Cool, no problem. I will get the game ready for you. Wait. I just, for some reason, loaded the Micro Machine game up again. So the second game will be on Submarine. Sorry. I will just get that up and loaded for you guys. We'll just pause it and wait for the doctor to come back. Will be 1 second, guys. Just wait for the doctor. So yeah, it is a 1-0 lead for Bembot BC. I'll just put that up there.
I was muted. I'm back and ready to go.
Oh, awesome. We are going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Do you want to do intros for this one?
Yeah, sure. And the top left, and the red. It's Ben. It's a bot. It's a BC. It's Ben Bot BC. A Terran who likes his battle cruisers and also Vikings from time to time. And in the bottom right, we got an oldie but goldie, a very talented bot known as Additional Pylons. Has quite a few tricks up his sleeve. We're gonna love to see what he does this game.
Yeah. I think if he can have a better start and avoid getting hit with the bunkers and everything, then I think stand a very good chance. But yeah, it just very much depends on him breaking the bunker that Bembot BC likes to put out. So just as a reminder here, if Bembot BC does win this game, it puts him with a 2-0 map lead. So he would be in with a chance of qualifying for the next round. Again, if Micro Machines were to beat Additional Pylons in the next game, Bembot BC will be in. And if Additional Pylons beats Micro Machine, we stand a chance at that 3-way tie that we've never once had yet. So it's possible.
We've almost had one, right?
Yeah, we did almost have one in the last tournament. But this time, Additional Pylons gets his expansion up earlier than the bunker, which is very important. So
yeah, no, that is very, very important. Hopefully he gets his next expansion up before the Widowmine.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, we'll see. Pretty standard play on both sides. Wall on the high ground from Additional Pylon. Pretty standard for Terran versus Protoss. Sometimes people prefer to wall off Reaper spots. Not really a good way to do it on this map. So walling ramp's fine. Bunker, interesting placement. Generally, you want to go behind the mineral lines if the expansion's already up. So that way, A, they don't see it coming, and B, when you plant a Reaper, it denies mining time. But I mean, a bunker is better than no bunker. You don't risk anything. Like you risk 25 minerals, and that's about it. And you delay your natural expansion as Terran a little bit. But if you go factory, then like you don't delay anything.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting that this probe is coming across the map here. What is this doing?
Maybe just scouting for the natural timing.
Yeah, possibly.
A little bit of smack talk. I think he is detecting proxy play and all in a little bit. So he is pulling workers to defend the all in that he thinks there is, maybe.
Yeah, but this is costing a lot of workers, but it does get the job done, so...
And it's costing a lot of damage on the workers. The focus fire just wasn't there. Look at all these probes on 1 HP.
Where are they going?
I think he incorrectly assumed it was an all-in.
Probes, you're off Raj. Go back.
This was a perfectly valid build, where if you go barracks, factory, and bunker, your command center is delayed a lot, but it's a valid build.
Wait, is he worker Russian?
Yeah, he's trying to punish the all-in, I think. Or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That Widow mine.
Well, he's gonna get his revenge at least. Come on, he killed the Widowmine, which actually might wind up being pretty important. Because if Benbot BC doesn't have a Widowmine to go plant at the natural,
but still,
then we won't have a repeat of last game where he just didn't have what he needed.
Yeah, but does he have what he needs now? He's down to 14 workers, and these two are. I mean, those probes just lost their mind. Those probes just went completely off ranch and going, you know what? I just need to kill something.
Honestly, he's behind, but he's still fine. You gotta remember that Benbot BC invested a lot into the attack. He delayed his expansion by like a minute or two. Right? It's 4:20 into the game, and his natural isn't even finished. Right? In a normal macro game, if you weren't starting your third by 4:30, then you're almost certainly committed to some sort of timing or all in. So his natural is very delayed. Additional pylons is going to be building 2 probes at a time, so he's going to be able to make up that deficit a lot faster than Benbot BC. So again, he has a bit of an economic deficit, but he's going to make it up a bit. So he's definitely not favored. You never want to be behind workers with Terran because Terran has mules. But again, the important thing is that Widowmine did not go down at the third, which means eventually he'll be able to take it. And if we have all other things being equal, I favor additional pylons position this game significantly more than last game, based on what we saw in that last game, because like there was an 11K resource deficit, and it wasn't even at the end of the game, right? It was close to the end of the game, but not quite. 11K resources more efficient for additional pylons. So even if he's mining less, what he can do with his units is significantly more than what we saw Benbot BC do with his units.
So one other thing as well he's got here is he's got a robo factory going up, which means he's going to have observers, and he's going to be able to detect those widow mines. So
that's very good.
This is looking.
It means we might not see Tempest though, which makes me sad. But
I mean, I expected this game to be over when I saw all those probes going off ranch so badly, but that is a nice little comeback here. And now he's only 6 workers behind.
I was worried for him. Yeah, 6 workers behind in Terran vs. Protoss is more than you might think because of mules. Each mule is worth roughly 5 workers. So 2 bases of orbitals is like essentially an extra. I'd give it 7 workers because you're not going to be scanning or dropping mules too much at this point in the game. You're going to want to be saving it for scans. So he's down, maybe close to 10 workers, but it's still fine. He was so much more efficient.
Yeah, and he's going to get his third.
Oh my goodness, he's going to get the third.
His third is going up, so that's a good sign.
And he's getting the third at the correct spot too. If you get your third at the other location, you die to tank pushes. Probably not bot executed tank pushes, but against a Terran, a good Terran, who's not a bot, they'll siege the tanks at the top of the rocks, and you'll never be able to keep that third.
Yeah.
But the third he took is the correct third, meaning he'll have decent economy.
Yeah.
His third is going down before Benbot BC's. Both people's thirds is like 2 minutes late at this point, but that's fine based on the silly action we saw at the start of the game. Benbot BC was actually really lucky he made that bunker and had the Widowmine.
Yeah. So
even with the Widowmine, a little bit better micro off of additional pylons, and like if Widowmine only got 1 worker, the game could have ended there. He might have been able to kill him with the workers.
Yeah, that was pretty important for him. But now he's got 3 bases. Benbot BC has 3 bases on the way, and also bringing out the fusion core. So well on the way to getting some battle cruisers. 1 coming out. Big question.
BC,
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Benbot BC is doing an interesting strategy where he's parking all his SCVs right next to those bunkers.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just because he's not fully saturated. It's like, is he just thinking he's going to be all in or something? It looks like it's just because he wasn't fully saturated. He was already fully saturated.
Yeah, he's already fully saturated on that one, so he was just going down there. So now about 8 worker lead for Benbot BC, and the battle cruiser is just about to pop. Big question is now, will that pop directly into his main?
based on what we saw Ben Bumpy C2 in previous games, I'd say probably. Like he jumped it directly into the main against Micro Machine.
Yeah. Yes,
Sillily
it's
enough.
going directly into the main, is it?
It's a
Oh
huge
no,
mistake.
it's at the natural. Sorry.
Yeah, again, that's still a huge mistake.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to keep it alive. The economic damage you do at this point in the game doesn't matter as much as keeping the battlecruiser alive.
Yeah. Oh, you say that, but he's managed to do a pretty good job of getting out.
It's guaranteed to die from the Tempest, though.
Yeah, if the Tempest still carries on.
If the Tempest, ADHD Tempest right there. It's like, oh, I totally forgot about that.
It's like, nah, you're good, bro. You're good. Get out of there. It's fine. But yeah, I think he'll probably try and get back in there. And
wow, ADHD Tempest right there. I just can't believe it. One thing, so a lot of bots at this level have special logic to keep track of units they have seen but are no longer in vision. Not every high-level bot has that yet, and from what we've seen from additional pylons so far, it doesn't quite have that same logic where it forgets about Widow Mines. It looks like it forgets about the battlecruiser. Benbot PC also, to be fair, has maybe forgotten about that battlecruiser. I don't know what it's doing. Was it waiting to
it's just
gain
chilling.
shields again?
Oh no, it's coming over here to kill this probe, which is always going to die from the Widow Mine. Oh. Here we go. I think it's going to die now. It's going to jump out. Okay, good. So yeah, it's just going to come here and get repaired. Repaired is probably the best Terran mechanic.
Yeah, it's really strong. Benbot BC is slipping in his macro a little bit in a really subtle way. If you look at units, you see 84 SCVs to 68 probes, and you're like, my goodness, that's a massive income lead for Benbot BC. But if you look at the income tab, they're actually pretty equal, with actually a lead to additional pylons because he has been slow on making these command centers. He has 84 SCVs, but he has nowhere to put them because he just is fully saturated on all his bases already.
And what you have here from additional pylons well this turn is actually a real army and not just a bunch of Tempests. So probably better.
Oh my goodness! I don't know if I'm a little ahead of you, but that watch the disruptor hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was savage.
I must have missed that one. Sorry.
Oh, you missed it? Oh, okay. Well, it was on the stream. He got like 30 kills. It was
nice.
Like that. I think the disruptor's still alive, which it looks like it isn't.
No, it's dead.
Yeah,
it's
you can click it. Like it killed all the Marines. Like at this point, like I was gonna say, you could probably just A move, but Benbot BC has plenty of starports, and he's making looks like 3 Vikings at a time.
He's making Vikings, but there are a lot more Stalkers this time from additional pylons, which is a pretty good answer to Vikings.
It's a bit of a band-aid. In Terran vs. Protoss, at least at a high-level human play, the two things, at least in my opinion, that are more important than they usually are in most matchups is upgrades and unit comp, right? At least Bio versus Protoss. Mech versus Protoss upgrades, maybe not as important, but here it's the unit comp, right? Mass Vikings against Colossus Tempest? Like, sure, the Colossus, or...
yeah, that is...
we'll deal with the Marines, but they're just going to get annihilated, like, instantly.
Yeah, those Vikings are going to take down the Colossus so fast. But these Stalkers are doing work on the Vikings. Like, you could probably take out of those Colossus from the army and not really lose much.
Yeah. Stalkers are one of those things that lose to most of the Terran army, though. But looks like a lot of the things that Stalkers lose to aren't being made.
Yeah.
They are fairly weak to Marines, but Marines die pretty quickly to splash damage. You don't have to worry about those. But like Marauders and tanks and Banshees and battle cruisers like are all fairly weak to Stalkers. Like,
yeah,
or our Stalkers are fairly weak too. So yeah, it helps against the Vikings, but like you'd rather have something else. I'd rather see him be making disruptors rather than Colossus, because disruptors will punish the fact that he has so many Vikings.
Yeah, and he is making another Colossus now, but he's got a couple of disruptors in with his army this time.
Yeah, he's got a disruptor, but he's making 2 Colossus at a time and 2 Tempests at a time, both which. Okay, actually, we might have to reevaluate our opinions of units a little bit for the purposes of AI.
Yeah,
Normally, Vikings are pretty good against Tempests if you know when to jump on them. But bots don't know how to do that. So maybe Tempests are actually good against Vikings.
it's possible. But yeah, it certainly seems like Benbot BC does have a problem with his Vikings where they're a bit more timid than they should be. They should be just jumping on top of them and killing them when they're there. But I mean, they're getting the job done sometimes, but there's other times when they're probably not as aggressive as they should be. This Widow Mine's going to get huge hits on the Stalkers. And there doesn't seem to be any Vikings around. Oh yeah, the Vikings are in the back line here, but
Yeah, not too many Vikings left. Tempests are going to pick away at everything.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what happened to all the Vikings. I was
They're all in the
worried
middle.
that they
Well-
all died.
no, they're all in the middle. They were all taking on the Stalkers. Now they're going after the Tempests, but
Gotcha.
yeah, they were all
Okay.
stuck on the Stalkers for a while.
I was a little worried that Ben Baptiste was just going to die here, but he doesn't have additional pilots. Doesn't have high ground vision of the tank, so the tanks are able to push away literally everything.
Although he's going to lose this third here, probably.
Yeah, it probably could have if he kept going.
On the thought,
Or I'll pause because I think I'm ahead.
Yeah.
I'm at 15:13. Let me know when you catch up.
I'm 14:45. Sorry,
No, just let me know when you catch up.
15:15. You say? Sorry, my PC is slowing down a bit because of the APM.
And the streaming.
Yeah.
It's hard to stream StarCraft, let alone with 50,000 APM on both sides.
Yeah. So I am on 15.5 at the moment. So I'll let you know. Right, 15 now.
Okay.
So yeah, he probably could have taken out that third, but yeah. So
He probably could have. I don't blame him though for backing up. In fact, I think that backing up is a very mature decision and very smart thing to do. Tempests can kite, but they're not the fastest things in the world. If Marines come up, he could easily lose all the Tempests. If like even if Vikings or Thors come up, he could lose all the Tempests. So backing up, waiting till he has more forces of other types to appear, I think is very wise. Let's take a look at resources lost. About equal.
yeah,
Right now, so far.
This command center's going to go down quite easily. And always going to run in here against all these Thors. I don't think this is the fight that additional pylons wants here. Although they're going to get a super hit on the disruptor there.
Yeah, that disruptor micro is not taking into account that air units are not hit by disruptor shots.
Yeah.
The disruptors were trying to hit the highest concentration of units, which is the Vikings. Not realizing you can't hit those.
Can't hit those, yeah.
If the disruptor hit the Thors, he probably could have wiped the army because 2 disruptor hits, I mean, granted, isn't going to kill the Thors, but all 3 of them will be so low that you could probably just keep marching forward with what you have.
Yeah. And talking about marching forward with what you have, here come the Vikings over the map.
19 Vikings against 9 Tempests. That's enough to be a bit of a threat.
Yeah, but you've also
oh man, he's still making Colossus.
Oh, and again, the disruptor tries to target the Vikings. That's a mistake there for additional pylons. He's losing so many of these Vikings, though.
Yeah, you can't afford to be losing Vikings like this.
Yeah.
Like it's just not. It's not kosher. It's not good.
No, I think
Um,
it's we're getting into a bit of a seesaw really, where it's like they'll just take it in turns to attack, and so you can cause the most damage.
and based on what we've seen from that first game, its additional pylons I think is
Yep,
favored in terms of micro battles.
yeah,
It takes significantly more favored trades. Our active army forces is almost double at this point for additional pylons compared to
that's
Benbot BC.
it's completely different to what we saw last game, and that even that one was close. So I think I favour additional pylons at this point, and I think he's going to take out this base here.
But yeah.
So
And by this base here, we're talking about the production.
yeah,
This is checkmate. Additional pylons at this point
yeah,
has won, I think. Benbot BC no longer has forces big enough to fight the army.
no, this
And additional pylons is on top of the production, so he has no way of getting the forces required either.
yeah he's got this Viking here, and there's a couple more clumps over here, but yeah, it's it's looking pretty dire situation now for Benbot BC. Did you just about
Yes.
save that battle cruiser? Just about, I think. Although battle cruiser doesn't really have anywhere else to jump to, and I think it's probably about time we fast forward with this.
I was about to say the same thing. You read my mind.
I'll try not to do that next time.
Yeah, I think this game's over.
Yeah, I'll put it on fast forward. GG guys, well played. Additional pylons ties up the series at 1-1. Um, so
I
yeah,
wonder how much impact that SCV rush at the start, or probe rush, made on the game, because he did kill the Widow Mine.
yeah, but I think
And
it also slowed his production down quite a lot. So I'm not entirely certain it would have caused a different result. Um, but yeah, it was either a genius strategy or some kind of is it kind of like just is it not? I doubt it's something he actually programmed in. Uh,
yeah, I think it was bugged worker rush holding. Like,
yeah,
because what happened is, what's the bot's name? Ben
Benbot
Boppy C.
BC. Yeah,
He honestly, I think, was slow expanding. I think he should have had an expansion by the time uh, additional pylons scouted.
yeah,
So additional pylons scouted correctly. Hey, I think he's going all in because he's putting his economy super far behind by not taking an expansion by now. And he's like, okay, pull the boys. Got to defend with what we have. And once he held, he pushed across the map with what he had, which honestly I don't think is a bad decision either, assuming
yeah.
he read the situation correctly. But because of the minerals that got spent on the bunker, it delayed his expansion. He didn't. I don't think he refunded the bunker in time to actually get an expansion, meaning he just didn't have the expansion up already.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with game 3 because we are
Okay.
an hour and a
Yeah,
quarter in.
I'm ready when you are.
Cool. So, but yeah, that was a really fun game too. Anyway, um, yeah, I am good to go in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, in top right, it is game 3, the ace match. Top right, it is additional pylons. Down the bottom left, one game left to save his tournament. It is Benbot BC. Yeah.
Additional pylons, type in chat. I don't believe in miracles. I rely on them. I have to say, yep.
Yeah,
Amen to that.
it's been a
Not
game of miracles.
I'm not putting anything against additional pylons. His bot is very skillful and definitely one of the favorites in the tournament. But based on the games we've seen so far, his ability to win has been based slightly on the miracles happening early game, depending on whether or not he gets his bases up, right? So depending on the timing of the bunker denying his natural, and depending on the timing of the Widow Mines denying his third, is what's going to be the main deciding factor of this game, I believe.
So there is a slight adjustment here. He's going Nexus first rather than Gateway.
Oh,
So
wow. Ballsy move.
yeah, it's a very, very greedy move there from additional pylons.
But respectable,
Yeah.
considering he tried to get blocked like 3 times in a row.
I wonder if that's the addition, like a an adjustment he makes on the fly, or if it's something it's like a specific strategy. I'm not sure.
I wonder if it's based on what he sees. Additional Powers is a bot that's known to mix up his strategies all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know the logic behind what makes him decide. Should I go this way? Should I go this way?
I think we're going to see the instant reaction again, maybe. I wonder when the reaction happens. If like if it's as soon as the bunker finishes. You could come over here. No, there doesn't seem to be a reaction. I'm not sure. Oh, I wonder what triggers that reaction then.
Pulling the workers is scouting the natural. It happened immediately after scouting the natural last game.
Yeah.
Like he sent the worker across the map. He typed in chat, "Oh, I didn't expect things to spice up this early." Right? As in, he's getting all in, and then he immediately pulled the workers after that. So it was a little trigger in his mind. It's like, if he doesn't have a natural by 3 minutes, then I will assume he's going all in. And Ben Poppy C is very slow on his macro.
Welcome. You could use them.
Honestly, is a sign of mature bots, to be honest.
Oh, here we go. Here is the insta reaction. He doesn't lose many probes to this. Like, I don't think he's lost one yet.
He didn't actually scout the natural yet either. Did he?
Yeah, he only lost one probe to this. And now the charge. Charge!
Oh my goodness.
We can do this, boys.
And again, the natural of Benbot should be up right now. But he spent 200 extra minerals, one in a bunker on his natural, one in the bunker in his opponent's main that he didn't need to, which has slowed down his expansion.
Oh no, this Widow Mine is... Oh, this Widow Mine is just going to be so painful. Or is it?
We're going to have to see. No.
Oh! So before then, that was probably 10. Oh, and he's still going for it.
Honestly, I think still going for it is not a bad decision in this situation. If he kills the Marine before the Marine gets in the bunker, so he's going to be able to kill a lot of workers.
And he's going to kill this Widow Mine.
Oh, and he's going to kill the Widow Mine. These workers might be enough to end the game. Additional Pyrons, worker micro, other than the Widow Mines, has been on point.
Oh god, this is crazy good. He's killing some SCVs as well. My god, can he win the game with this worker rush?
I think he just might.
Wow, this is amazing.
Benbot PC has killed 11 workers, but Additional Pylons has killed 7. Right? And all the 11 workers was from killing the Widow Mine.
Yeah, and there was another Widow Mine there on the top of the ramp. Is he going to be able to get this?
Oh.
He needs to kill that Widow Mine. If he can kill that Widow Mine, then that is going to be brilliant. But they're all trapped in the corner now.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily even have to kill the Widow Mine at this point. He just has to keep buying time. He is denying so much mining time from Benbot BC. That even though he pulled like 13 workers, he has been ahead in economy for quite some time. Benbot BC's income right now is 200. Additional Pounds income is 1,000.
This tank is going to end any hopes of a worker rush victory, though. There's no way. Although, unless he kills all his own STVs with a tank. Oh wow, his own STVs are being destroyed by this tank.
And again, at this point, it's, to me at least, it's less about the workers killed. It's about all this mining time that's lost.
Yeah.
Benbot BC killed 22 workers. Additional Pylons killed 14. But Additional Pylons is so many workers.
It's 34 to 20. This is a huge lead now for Additional Pylons. What an amazing early game strategy. That's great. But
that Protoss is supposed to be ahead in workers, but not this far ahead. Protoss is essentially up like 7 workers right now when you take into account mules. Actually, yeah, no, closer to 10 workers because mules are worth about 5 workers each, and it only has one orbital. So that's
Yeah,
one mule at a time, 27 workers to 38 after you've taken into account the mules. It's 10 workers up. That's massive. He doesn't even have an orbital on the low ground. He needs to make an orbital on the low ground. Like,
yeah,
if you don't know why you need to make an orbital on the low ground, Winter essay, it was a great rap about it, about building a orbital.
yeah. It's just gives you all that extra mule advantage and the scans as well. It's that's pretty good, but uh, so I think he's building out an immortal. Doesn't have any tempests yet, but I'd expect the tempest to come pretty soon. And still a pretty big worker lead. And given how efficient his fights are, is there any way back here for Benbot? I'm not sure.
Um, it's going to depend on what strategies additional pylon goes for. Additional pylons has not built a fleet beacon. Oh, he has a fleet beacon, so it looks like it's probably going to be Tempest Colossus again.
Yeah,
He has Immortal on the way, but probably going to start pumping out Colossus after that. The Tempest Colossus strategy works really well for him. Not a fan of the Colossus against Vikings, but
yeah.
the Tempest have been pretty good.
And also additional pylons does get his base up on the third, so that's a good sign.
That orbital's so late. It's so painful to see an orbital that late. You got to
Yeah,
build the orbitals immediately, like just to let them start accumulating energy.
yeah.
All right. Would you rather spend like 30 seconds making 5 workers and also packs, or would you rather spend 30 seconds making 3 workers? Like, just build the orbital, man.
Yeah, also he used his first energy on the scan, so... oh, there's more killer probes. Oh, this probe didn't get the memo. It was like... they would send it out, it's like, go back, we're not attacking, and this probe was like, I can still do it! Shoot on them all!
Yeah,
Oh,
so Benbot BC's main hope in this game is Reactor Vikings, because additional pylons unit comp is so hard countered by Vikings that if
yeah,
he gets enough Vikings out, he still has a shot, but it's not a good shot. Additional pylons has 3 bases to additional Benbot BC's 2. And Benbot BC is making a tech lab instead of a reactor, so it's not looking like we're going to see Reactor Vikings anytime soon.
yeah. Yeah, it's not on the plan, but I would say that the Tempests are pretty slow this game as well. Like, there's only one out at the moment, and nothing being built just yet. I don't know why. He has the minerals and gas for it. Actually, he doesn't now. I think he
Um,
just
no, I don't know why.
started building something else. I'm not sure what exactly.
Saving up for a Nexus, it looks like.
Possibly,
It probably has logic to know to save things. Anyways, I think this game's like the writing's on the wall for Ben Butt BC.
oh,
But we'll
definitely.
see.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you know the other thing that is so additional pylons has been relying on miracles according to his chat message at the start of the game. Look at the Ben Butt BC's ramp.
Oh, oh, what? Oh, his
Yeah.
STV's just doing nothing.
Not just the SCVs, but the Widow Mines. He's trying to get the Widow Mines out to start blocking expansions, but he can't because the tank's position.
Oh God,
Like
of
the tank,
course. Oh no.
like
I
the
mean,
tank is blocking SCVs from getting out, and the tank is blocking all reinforcements from getting out.
no,
So
the
things
STVs
are
can
gonna.
get out, but the SCVs and Marines can get out, but the Widow mines are slightly bigger, I think, and just can't fit through that gap. That's
Yeah.
weird.
SCVs, if you send them to go mine, if you right click on a mineral patch, they ignore
Yeah,
collision somewhat.
yeah.
Tanks are pretty stiff on collision, but I guess their edges are just that's just enough to slip through.
Like, it's so close though. I mean, it can't be. Widow mines can't be that much bigger than the SCVs. Like,
Yeah, but I
must
think
be.
ignoring the collision is enough to make it slip through.
Yeah, possibly. And now,
Maybe I don't know.
now the Marines can't get out either. Oh, and we see additional pylons coming across the map now. I think this might be a killing blow here.
Ketchark says maybe this will somehow result in mass Widow Mine pop of the Tempest. That's one way to get back in the game.
Yeah.
But Disruptors and Colossus will probably zone that out.
Another way to get him back in the game is if these units here just dance.
Like if you go engage the army that's pushing across the map, that would be a good start.
Oh wait, there is like a battle cruiser in the main. I entirely missed that. Apologies.
It's in the corner
Which,
though.
yeah, it's just been forgotten about. It's fine.
Oh no 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 no! Oh my goodness, Disruptor with 8 kills on it.
Oh, I think you're slightly ahead of me again. Oh, these Colossus are just destroying the Widow mines. Oh, of course, before they all
The
get
missiles are
destroyed.
or no, the Vikings. The Vikings get the
Yeah. Oh, and the Widow
Matt.
mines are out. Here comes the Widow mine. And they're all getting destroyed by these immortals here. It's quite a nice hit from the Widow mines, but obviously the disruptors are taking that out. I think this is the end for Bimbot BC. There's just not enough here. And sitting the light means up the tank. Yeah, I think we can probably fast forward this one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
You know,
It's been over for a while, to be perfectly honest.
yeah,
Ben PC's main advantage in this game has been the fact he's been denying expansions.
yeah. So it looks like additional pylons will take the game. Benbot BC will exit the tournament. Unfortunately, and additional pylons and Micro Machine will qualify for the next round. And our final game will decide who gets which placing. Obviously, with two very impressive bots in the other group, that's going to be pretty important. So, GG guys, well played to additional pylons. In the meantime, what I'm probably going to do is, do you fancy taking a 5-minute break? Because I need to get a drink. And if
Okay.
you fancy it.
Cool.
And then we'll come back with our final game of the night, which will be additional pylons versus Micro Machine. And it should be a very fun game. So we'll be back in 5 minutes, guys, and we'll see you then. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Back here with the Doctor. We have one match left to go. Additional Pylons and Micro Machine both qualified for the next round. Unfortunately, Benbot BC will be eliminated. Now we just have to find out who will win in first place. And first up, it is on Romanticide. I love the name of that map. I actually thought it was like a romantic map, and then it was pointed out to me last week on the cast it's like a romanticized in Death to Love, which is entirely opposite to what I was thinking, but I don't know.
Yeah, like isn't like a side just like death? So like death of romance or something?
Yeah. That ruined all my ruined all my love of this map last week with that. Actually, it didn't, but yeah.
Well, I
Anyway,
love tank pushes on this map, that's for sure.
yeah, definitely a good one for it. Micro Machines have been known to bring tanks now, so let me know when you're good to go.
I'm ready yet.
Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Micro Machine says, "Greeting, stranger." And additional pylons is just the miracle worker. But yeah, we'll have to see. I expect Micro Machine to be doing the early aggression here, as usual. But he has been known to make a lot more tanks recently, and obviously, as you were saying, tank pushes on here could be very strong.
Yeah, I think pushes for humans at least. Is the positioning is behind the mineral patches is very visible.
Yeah.
For bots, probably less good.
So yeah, I see the little scout over here. I don't think we'll quite see the mass probe push we had last game, which was it was really fun.
Yeah, Micro Machine in general is faster on his third and less all in. And doesn't build a bunker, so.
Yeah, certainly won't build a bunker in the opponent's main, at least not early. But let's chase around. And additional pylons choosing to wall off at the top here pretty early. It's not a full wall, obviously, but it is. It will stop a mass push into there. They probably won't stop any Reapers. So yeah, fairly slow start. No one doing anything wild and crazy just yet. Oh, apart from this, okay. First probe down. Micro Machines one.
I
No.
mean, it hasn't blocked the natural yet.
No, it's fine. Oh, he's going to take a second probe, is he? Yep. So 2 probes now for this Reaper.
Yeah, two probes.
You didn't get the first kill. That must have been the other SCV that got the first kill then.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yep.
Yeah, so no
Micro
more.
Machine opening with Marauders. I think it's a safe-ish opening against Protoss. It's weird.
Marauders are great against Stalkers. So
Marauders are good against all gateway tech that Protoss has. If you micro the Marauders, I think Marauders will beat all, at least in Wings of Liberty, Marauders can beat all gateway tech, which is pretty funny.
Reaper coming back into the main, but probably not going to get a lot done here. Apart from getting a full scout off, of course, which is not never a bad thing.
Yeah. Oof.
Or just about, yeah.
It's generally the main purpose of the Reaper is to get the scout off, but
yeah. He sees the He sees the Stargate, but I don't think he's seen the fleet beacon yet, so he won't know that Tempests are coming, although I think he'll probably suspect it fairly heavily.
I mean, if he knows it's additional pylons, then yeah, he probably suspects it.
Yeah, just to let you know, guys, the groups were known before Christmas, and the bot authors had the entire yep, there we go, OP strat detected, panic mode activated. So the bot makers had all of the Christmas holidays with full knowledge of their other two opponents to develop these bots. So it's likely that we would have had a few strategies with full knowledge of your opponent's strategies, otherwise known as snipes, or attempted snipes.
It just drives me nuts. Additional pylons is so much money, and it's not getting +1 air upgrade. Like, it has the money for it. Just upgrade +1 air.
Just go, Joe.
Just do it. And they get +2.
Yeah.
And one shot everything. It's underrated in my opinion, but I've said that many a time, and I don't think bots understand English, so I might as well give up on it.
They definitely speak machine language.
One thing that is actually surprisingly decent against Tempest when microdwell is cyclones.
Yeah.
When microdwell, and Micro Machine is known for its micro, especially if you get Magfield Accelerator. The catch though is there's two ways of countering that. One is get like charge zealots and prevent him from like getting close enough to lock on, and the other way is Phoenixes, and you just lift the Cyclones.
Yeah. Or, I mean, you can get completely out of range of them with the Tempest as well if they lose vision.
That's true.
But
as long as you're able to block on the ground, though, like you charge zealots or stalkers or something to body block.
Yeah.
Lock on range is ridiculously far, though. It's like farther than a tank range. So once it's locked on, like it's not getting locked off very easily.
As long as you stay in vision, there's no way that you're getting rid of that cyclone.
No. Additional pylons is moving across the map.
Yeah, I think this is additional pylons. There's quite a big lead here in terms of army, and if those cyclones get a lock on the Tempests, then those Tempests are likely going down. But Tempests are quite good at shelling things from a distance. There are a few Vikings out here for a micro machine, but nowhere near enough to really deal with these Tempests. It's taking out the tanks as well. Well, so maybe I was quite premature in writing off micro machine additional pylons here.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little marauder heavy right now, so I think it's just a matter of time before he has the tech he needs. Backfield Accelerator is not on the way, though, which is a bit sad, but maybe he's not Cyclone heavy enough to warrant it. Thor's on the way. Reactor on the starport on the way. Double reactor starport, which is honestly what you need to see against additional pylons. Based on the games of Benbot BC versus additional pylons, micro or additional pylons build against Terran is very, 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 very weak to Vikings because it gets Colossus and Tempest, both not the greatest against Vikings. At least confident Vikings that know to dive on him.
I would question the targeting of these cyclones, though. They seem to be locking on onto zealots, which is not really what you want when there's a big Tempest there.
As long as you kill it, like locking onto anything is fine.
Sure, but there's bigger targets out there.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't benefit from Magfield Accelerator for against zealots, but he doesn't have that, so it doesn't even matter. 6 Vikings out, or 6 Tempests out to the 8 Vikings. So the count's starting to get pretty decent. He's making more Cyclones and no Magfield Accelerator. I thought the reason he wasn't getting Magfield Accelerator was because he was making Thors and switching it to Thors. But he's not. He's just making some more Cyclones out of his factory.
Yeah. It seems like that would be an obvious upgrade to go to, but...
especially against Protoss, where literally everything's armored.
Yeah. It's interesting to see where this... Oh. So yeah, his Viking rally point is right at the opponent's base. which I guess doesn't matter since you know to control them when they come out. But yeah, it's quite fun having them rally to your opponent's base like that. So he's got a grouping of Vikings and Thors here. I think he's just waiting for those Tempests to come across. Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting fight.
Micro Machine caught a little bit out of position.
Yeah, maybe. Can he go for a base trade though? I'm at 903. Is he going to go for a little bit of a base trade here? I'm not sure. Where are you at?
922.
Okay, I'll give you a shout when I get to 922. Okay. 921. 922. Ooh. I see what you mean. Yeah, he's taken out a lot of this, but immediately he brings the Vikings over, and I think these Vikings aren't going to back off in the same way that Benbots did. And this army is going to go. Oh, that's 3. That's 4 Tempests have been taken down. And is he going to get the entire Tempest army? That's very bad for additional pylons. Oh, he loses every single Tempest apart from these two, which never even got into the fight. I think after that he's got to realise he's ahead, right? He's got to be able to come across the map now. Oh. I'm not sure if there's any hope left here for additional pylons. Oh. And more Tempests get taken down. Oh. Or is he able to clear up this Viking army here?
Yeah, it turns out Vikings are very good against Tempest when they are.
Yeah, in math numbers, certainly. Yeah, so nicely done there from Micro Machine. And then he's going to land the Vikings.
I think you might be on normal game speed rather than faster.
No, I'm definitely on faster.
Oh, really? Okay.
Where are you up to?
I was at 1042. When I put my game speed on normal, it was keeping it fairly in sync with yours.
Okay, I've set it up by 1 now. But yeah, I'm pretty much going to fast forward this now because I don't think there's any chance of a comeback here from additional pylons. But yeah, so GG, Micro Machine will take the 1-game lead. And we'll have to see if additional pylons has another strategy. I think the main difference is that the Micro Machine's Vikings were not as timid as Benbot BC's Vikings. Benbot BC's Vikings seem to back off and run away, and there's no way you can really do that against Tempests. In come the Thors as well to get in on the party. Right, GG. 1-game lead. It's possible. I don't think I was on normal game speed. At least I think if I was on normal game speed, it would have been a lot further behind you.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I'm just going. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. One sec. All right. Anyway, let's get game 2 loaded up. That should be on. Wait. Should be on Oxide. So yeah. Give me a shout when you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Cool. Give me 1 sec. All right, going in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Micro machine. There's no pylons relying on miracles again.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. The chat doesn't know if this game's going to go any better. At least mine doesn't. But it
It's a
could.
good chance, yeah. You never know.
Getting reactor Viking is definitely the secret to beating additional pylons.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as you get anything to deal with those tempests, then there's not a lot behind that army, really. So, yeah. I remind me of saying in chat that Stalker Tempests was the best choice. But I think he probably went that in the last game and didn't get as far as he'd like. Actually, the APM for Micro Machine is quite low at this point. So, yeah, I'm not sure how much advantage is gained by this probe here. It seems like additional pylons wants to do the same thing every game. So, yeah, if you already know what you're doing, then there's no point scouting, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you're taking a gamble, not scouting.
Yeah.
You're counting on not getting all in a way that the Reaper will really matter. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So the Reaper
like
is
the Reaper will scout anything in time.
Yeah. But also I meant more for additional pylons than Micro Machine.
Gotcha.
Because so
I thought additional pylons did scope. Maybe not.
Yeah, he does. That's what I was saying. Like,
okay.
I'm not sure there's a lot of reason for him to scout, but
because you don't think Micro Machine's going to choose.
Yeah, no, I just don't think that additional pylons. We've not seen any other strategies really at the moment.
I mean, other than pulling all the workers.
Yeah. Okay, finally the Stalker will get in here and clean it up. I think he only lost 1, maybe 2 probes there. So, yeah. It's not too bad of a loss.
So far.
Yeah.
He gets out with the Reaper. I think he could have got a 3rd worker, but like 2 workers is plenty.
Yeah, so he's not going for Nexus first. I'll say, according to my AP, is reactionary, so that's a lot better, yeah. So it's basically scouting for any immediate cheese, I think. So that's good. But yeah, you're right. We have seen other strategies such as the Nexus first strategy.
Yeah, the Nexus first was surprising to me.
Yeah,
like it's always such a little bit of a gamble.
Yeah. OP strat detected. Panic mode activated.
I mean, panic mode seems to work out pretty well.
Yeah.
One thing that would have been good for additional pylons to do on this map is wall off the Reaper cliff.
Yeah.
And if he does that, he denies the Reaper scout because he parks stalkers on the other Reaper jump up points. And then the Reaper, I mean, maybe with 3 Reapers, he'll be able to get in and scout.
Yeah, no way of getting in.
But if you do a hard wall off and park stalkers on the low ground ramp, I think you deny all scouting. And if you deny the scout, then he won't activate panic mode. And if he doesn't activate panic mode, then he might not have enough Vikings to deal with the Tempest.
Yeah. So nice Reapers coming through there. Finally, that does get picked off. So what's that?
I think like
2
one of those
Reapers down.
things.
Yeah.
is building positioning
Yeah.
and unit positioning.
Yeah, definitely. So 2 Reapers for 3 workers. It's probably worth on both sides, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, getting the scouting information is definitely worth 3
Yeah.
Reapers. When getting the scouting information definitely helps guarantee a maybe not necessarily a win, but a good position.
Yeah. It guarantees you know what your opponent's going to come at you with. So Cyclone being picked off as well. This is looking a lot better for additional pylons, I would say. Like, in terms of general units picked off, it's certainly more in its advantage right now. My machine is getting a 3rd base though, so additional pylons has the slight worker lead, but more than made up for by this cute mineral trick that we're about to see. Oh.
I love the gas mining. So it's
Yeah.
adorable.
It's almost like a signature move now from Micro Machine.
It really is. I expected other bots to implement it, but nobody has.
Yeah, not that I've seen yet. So, this poor Reaper's going to get chased around the map. But Reapers are fast, boys, so although Tempests are faster.
At least longer ranger.
Yes.
Oh man, those are competent Vikings. Holy moly.
Oh,
Diving
they're going to get it.
Vikings on a Tempest? What the?
That's good, but they're not going to get out of there, sorry.
I mean, that's fine though. 3 Vikings for a Tempest isn't a bad trade, especially this early on.
Yeah.
When you're denying him getting a critical Tempest count.
Yeah, definitely. I'd take that one. I think it was only 2 Vikings for a Tempest as well. Yeah, you managed to get a 3rd one out. So
2 Vikings for a Tempest is absolutely worth it.
yeah,
But 3 Vikings for a Tempest is questionable. I think the main reason it's fine at this point is Micro Machine already has 3 orbitals, and additional pylons is just now starting his 3rd. The rule of thumb for Protoss is if you don't have a 3rd by 5 minutes, it's pretty much an all-in. And if and additional pylons didn't have a 3rd by 5 minutes, so if he's all in, has he really done critical damage to Micro Machine? I gotta go with maybe not.
No, definitely not. Not yet. But this might. These 4 Tempests coming in here, especially with the Zealots there, it's going to take out the tanks.
Let's check out the tanks, and the Zealots are doing a little bit of work.
There's not a lot here. I'm quite worried.
Maybe a little more on the Zealots around the SCVs.
Yeah. I'm quite worried for Micro Machine here, actually. Like, there's not a lot here to defend this.
I mean, he has a critical mass of Vikings now.
Yeah. And here they come. I don't think they're going to get quite in range, though. They're not clumped as you would like.
Oh man, these Tempests are really not having a good day.
No. But there's still a few of them left, so he's lost 2 more there. But he did take out a few Vikings, so... I don't know. I still don't think additional pylons is in a terrible position here. He's got good production. He's got 3 bases up. I'd like to see him get another base, but...
And additional pylons, because he's taking a 4th, is in a reasonable spot. He denied the 4th of Micro Machine for long enough because Micro Machine didn't take a 4th in his main and floated over. He's in a decent spot, but I'm still worried for him.
Yeah. I'm worried for anyone coming up against Micro Machine, but especially now.
Additional pylons has +1 for his air units, but he doesn't have +2 yet. So that's not ideal either.
But he does have +1, and there's a observer out as well, which would have been really helpful
That's
in the
good.
last game, but it's going to be helpful here as well, so that's good.
Additional pylons army supply is actually bigger than micro machines right now.
Yeah, by quite a way.
At least army value.
Yeah.
Which can always be a little bit deceptive, but with the number of stalkers he has, he's probably has enough to deny Vikings, so he just needs to push across the map and maybe try and kill a base.
Yeah.
If he's going to go for killing a base, the tectonic destabilizers upgrade's probably something that he should be getting.
Yeah, I've not seen any bot go for that yet. I think maybe the reason is it's not available on 4.10, and most of these bots play most of their games on 4.10 on the AI Arena ladder, which is what we're moving to after this. So, well, we are going to become AI Arena, and AI
For
Arena
sure.
is going to become us. We're going to be one happy family. But it's a nice push across here. So there is Banshees out, but there is an observer I saw not too far away. And where are the Vikings?
The Vikings are waiting till they're confident, which isn't bad because again, when you jump on them, you got to be sure you're going to win.
Yeah.
So, Micro Machine's not yet sure, so he's just pooling his Vikings, making right now 2 Vikings at a time, but he could be making 3 if he used all his starports effectively.
Yeah, the problem is that additional pylons is making 3 Tempests at a time.
That is true.
Yeah.
3 Tempests at a time is really scary. And might be enough to win him this game, to be honest. He's backing up now. I think he could have won if he kept pushing, but he is backing up now for some reason.
Yeah, I think you've got slightly ahead of me. I'm at 11:07.
Oh, really? Oh, gosh darn it.
I don't know. Maybe I can just have one little speed up on that. What time are you at?
147.
1:47.
Yep. 11:47.
I was going to say, yeah. So yeah, I see what you mean about him backing up. So
I think he had game-ending force right there. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Like you got to be afraid excuse me. You got to be afraid of the Vikings.
Yeah, definitely. But he's going to back off, and he's still making a lot of Tempests, and he is making a mothership. That's the 400. So I'm at 11:52 now. Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. I'll catch up or go past you at some point.
So his Micro Machine is launching an attack. That's a pretty small attack there. I don't think he's got the amount of Vikings he would like to have.
Yeah. But he has enough on the ground. He has enough Marauders that he has a pretty scary force, I think.
Yeah, the Marauders can deal well with the Stalkers. It's just, can the Vikings deal with the Tempests? And I think the answer is no.
Yeah, he's losing Vikings really fast. There are more Tempests than there are Vikings. I think Additional Pylons is looking to be the favorite this game.
Yeah. And I think he is... yeah, those Vikings are going down fast, and Additional Pylons has a lot of Tempests. 12 Tempests there.
I mean, you got to outproduce the Viking or the Tempest. One thing that I wish Additional Pylon or Micro Machine would do is take advantage of the scouting information he has. He knows his opponent has 3 starports, presumably making Tempest. Like they're all building right now.
Yeah.
Maybe throw down a reactor starport, like another reactor starport. He has 4 Vikings making at a time. Yeah, and he is getting another reactor starport.
So that's a good choice. But you say that because Additional Pylons is building yet another Stargate, and given Additional Pylons has a pretty decent sized bank at the moment, I'd say that's a good choice.
Yeah, it's decent. I'd like to see more weapons upgrades if he hasn't. He got them.
He's getting them slowly. So yeah, there we go. There's the mothership is coming out as well. Have to see if that will make a difference.
Am I hallucinating? What? Does it think there's hallucinations out there somewhere?
There might be. Unless you think
I guess
the mothership is a hallucination.
there's no not oracles, sentries.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think Micro Machine's dead in the water at this point.
yeah, maybe. I mean, he still has 78 workers and a decent-sized army, so I'm not calling this just yet. We've seen Micro Machine come back from worse.
Yeah, but he doesn't. I mean, yeah, maybe. I'll have faith, but I'm very not convinced.
Am I hallucinating? No, Micro Machine, you're losing. That's what's happening. Do you hallucinate when you lose?
I mean, he's losing more and more command centers,
Yeah,
and additional pylons is taking it Micro Machine's bases now.
yeah. And I think if he gets this natural here, he's just losing more and more workers all the time.
Yeah, I honestly think this game's over. He's on top of the production.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you're right. Should we call it?
yeah, yeah.
GG, guys. It is 1-1, even up the series. And even there, Micro Additional Pylons is building another base just over there, just to put the boot in.
It's unfortunate. Micro Machine finally cleaned up the Tempest, but it's too little, too late.
Yeah.
He has nothing else left.
Yeah, I don't think he's able to do anything about this. Ah. There's nothing really to see on this mothership either.
Chat saying Terrence can't get behind the Tempest or it's automatically GG. Well, I mean, you can go Marines.
Yeah.
If it's a pure Tempest army like this, just get a bunch of Marines and 3/3 stim to win.
Pretty much. I mean, that's the ultimate nightmare for Tempests.
What I do on ladder is if I ever scout a Stargate opening, 3 racks, get +1/+1 stim and combat shields, 2 medevacs, move out, stim to win. Like,
yeah.
It's that easy because when a Protoss opens Stargate, it means they're skimping out on splash damage.
Yeah.
If they don't have splash damage, they have no answer to 3 dozen Marines with +1/+1 stim.
Yeah.
And that I don't know if bots can micro Marines well enough for that to work, but maybe.
Yeah. Well, Micro Machine can't micro Marines. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, if you time it right, it's just F2A move.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Anyway, let's get this game over and done with. Let's clear up the last few buildings. GG. Well played. So we're on to our ace match to decide the winner of the group. Yeah. So, and it is on Death Aura, the Order of Death. The death of the Aura. Or the, yeah, okay. It's getting late, man.
Yeah, I hear it.
So yeah, it's going to be a fun game. And yeah, additional pylons putting up a huge challenge here to Micro Machine. It's not something a lot of people would expect, I don't think.
The Tempests are pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, let me know when you're good to go.
Okay, ready?
Cool. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, you want to do intros for our final game?
Sure. In the top left, we got what is the favorite of not only this match, but statistically speaking, probably the tournament as well. We got the red Terran Micro Machine. And in the bottom right, in the blue, we got an oldie but goldie, very powerful Tempest abusing bot, additional pylons. I don't even know if
Yeah.
abuse is a good word. He just uses them
He
well.
just uses them so well. Yeah. Like we've got a few bots that do that, but additional pylons is certainly well up there as one of the top. Sharpened edge
Yeah, no, definitely.
always does that very well as well. Although that has a lot of other tactics these days. Um, but yeah, it's certainly something we'll be looking forward to seeing in the next round. So yeah, it will obviously be facing either the winner or the second place from Group D, which we'll see tomorrow, depending on the outcome of this match. And it is the greedy opening. Ooh, I don't know if I like this. Going
Oh,
Nexus
Nexus
first.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
against.
especially against Micro Machine. Micro Machine, like these days, is the macro machine, but definitely in its early days was very, very micro focused and known to kill people entirely off of his micro at the start of the game.
Yeah.
And he can very easily do it again. Like a lot of that code is still there. Like he's not as obsessive about it anymore these days, but definitely in the early days he was known to be all about that micro.
Yeah.
So that one Reaper, I'm expecting to get
This,
at least 5 worker kills.
yeah, this Reaper is going to be difficult to defend on this opening. And it's not even building a zealot to try and harass the Reaper. It's only now starting the build of the Cybercore, so any Stalker coming out to greet this Reaper will be very, very late. And we've got third base from additional pylons.
I like the
Wow.
third base a lot more in terms of his greedy opening. He's going to lose a lot of probes, but with 3 bases, he at least have the opportunity to come back from losing all his workers. Oh, but it might be too much.
I think this Reaper is just going to get so much work done, and we're still a long way from seeing a Stalker.
Yeah, I would have liked to see. I mean, you can't even get shield batteries at this point because you don't have a cybernetics score.
Yeah, well, you have
There's
one
one
now.
Reaper's 6 kills.
Yeah, Stalker is coming out, but it's going to be very late, and these workers are not liking their position. They should join a union. He should go on strike.
Says this. He says this isn't a greedy opening; it's a bug.
And pretend it's a greedy opening. It's a lot better. Cancel objective.
Cancel offensive. 1 ally supply versus 2 enemy supply. Ah, no, don't be a wimp.
Yeah,
keep attacking, dude.
Go.
Like it's all about unit speed, man. You can not be afraid of the stalker. Because anytime the stalker's at the natural, just attacking the main. Anytime it's in the main, attacking the natural.
Yeah. So even though with so many workers lost, 12 probes lost and still 2 workers up. So it's not the end of the world here for additional pylons, but this tank might be the end of the world.
And Micro Machine did a 1 base 1-1-1, so it's the army supply we got to be really worried about.
Yeah.
Micro Machine has 3 unit producing structures, and Micro Machine additional pylons has 1. So he needs shield batteries now, and a lot of them. And then he needs tech like Stargate and pump out a Void Ray to deal with tanks and marauders. He probably needs to give up the third base as well.
Yeah, I think so. But the problem with Micro Machine, he doesn't do the full-on frontal push. He'll come round the back and harass you from every single possible angle.
I mean, it's not necessarily a problem at this point. There's more than one way to win the game.
Yeah.
Additional Palace has done a good job not losing units, though, so his army supply is looking pretty decent.
Yeah.
You probably want to split better than that against tanks, and not focus the Marauder, focus the tanks.
Well, he's got this one zealot on the tank, which is not too bad, but...
I got one of the tanks, so... He's gonna get a Void Ray, though?
The
Void Ray is the answer here. Micro Machine's not building anything that shoots up. So you get a Void Ray, you win the game. Well, not win the game, but you hold and be probably ahead economically, too. He's 12 workers up right now. He has lost 18 workers, but he's up 12 workers.
Yep.
All he needs to do is make a void ray.
I mean, he just needs to do what he done in those games against Benbot and throw all the workers straight at that tank. Like, he'll probably lose about half of them, but they'll kill the tank.
Yeah, if he takes all his workers, he definitely kill the tank. The Marauders are what you gotta be really afraid of. He doesn't have anything to deal with Marauders right now.
No.
Doctor's not the answer. Like, oh, you'll get one. Oh, there's a Banshee.
There's a Banshee now. This is looking very bad for additional pylons.
Void Ray! Get a Void Ray! You have money for a Void Ray, but it might be too late now.
I think it's too late.
I need a Void Ray and an Oracle. Oof.
No, this is not looking good now for additional pylons. Now he's in the worker line at the natural. And additional pylons worker lead has melted away. Ah.
Yeah, this is GG.
Yeah.
Additional pylons is now behind in every possible metric. He's behind an economy, behind an army supply, behind a production structure, behind in bases. When you're behind in every possible way, you have to be significantly better than the opponent in order to be able to come back. And I mean significantly better, not just a little better, but like it has to be like gold versus diamond league or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, this Immortal is not looking good. Oh, the Immortal goes down. And I'm just about ready to call this. I don't think there's any
ready
way
to call
back.
it. There's no way back when you're down in every possible metric.
No, I'm sorry, additional pylons. It was good while it lasted, but we will see you in the next round. And you will be facing the winner of Group D, which includes Ketrock, Fiddlina, and Mad AI. Actually, I have news on that because Fiddlina changed the name of his bot. It is now called Dominion Dog. So, which is fun. So, Dominion Dog, Ketrock, or Mad AI in the next round for either of these two bots, depending on who wins. So yeah,
GWP.
Clean up. Yeah. Oh, that was some really fun games, and that's probably one of the longest casts we've had. And if you felt cheated last week when all our games were finished in 45 minutes, well, I hope you are more satisfied this week. So anyway, before we go, let's take a very quick look at the state of play. And I'll show you in 1 second. So yeah, there we have with Micro Machine taking first place, additional pylons in second, Benbot BC in third, and they will face either Fiddlina, Ketrock, or Mad AI in the next round. So yeah, so that's going to be a fun group. Anyway, I have to go because we've been on for long enough and I've taken long enough of your time. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and thanks Doctor for your expert analysis. It's been great having you once again, and hopefully have you again soon.
I hope to be back soon.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Catch you later.